Campbell will intercept it. Bang! Hits the contact off the post. The header! Campbell wins!
It's a rematch of a historic upset. It's the second all-time meeting between Campbell and Western Carolina. Logan Livermore and Kamari Reed is the matchup for the evening. Livermore, the William V. Campbell watch list, and Kamari Reed, a big game versus Samford last week. Welcome inside the booth, and my good friend, the former East Carolina tight end, Jay Sungholter. I'm Lyndall Suggs. This is going to be a big game for both teams, and really a transition game, Jay, because both teams are coming in 1-3.
Yeah, and each side trying to win 2 in a row. And last week, they each found success in different areas, but this is the momentum you want to get today with the win as you move forward deeper into conference play.
Well, you want to talk about momentum building. There's one guy for Campbell that they really lean on to do it, and that is Randall King. He is out this game with an ankle injury. How does Campbell try to capitalize offensively with King out of play?
This is a deep wide receiving core for Campbell, and some of those wide receivers are going to have shots today to step up. I think it's also going to be dependent on the running game to have a big day with the offensive line and the different running backs making an impact.
Well, Jay, we know last year between these two teams, Campbell upset Western at Cullowhee. And so number 17 then coming in, both getting their first wins. How do you see this game playing out for both sides?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be exciting. I just think which defense is going to be able to slow down and maybe create that big turnover. I think that's going to be the team that probably prevails today, is which defense will step up.
Well, you want to talk about defense? They're going to have a really, really hard time with Teron Dickens for Western Carolina. And a big game, a return game last week, over 500 yards and 6 touchdowns through the air.
He lit it up last week. He was very accurate, very effective, and drove the ball down the field. His special power is his ability to extend plays, get out of the pocket, and find his wide receivers down the field. And Camden Six-Skiller has instantly come into Campbell this season and been a steady presence in the pocket, as well as using his legs as well. And he's been very good with dissecting coverages, making good decisions. Last week against Bryant, those 5 touchdowns were huge with that offensive explosion.
Can Campbell repeat and go 2-0 all-time versus the Catamounts, or does Western get its revenge here in Bowie's Creek? You have to find out right here on the Sandstorm Network.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
Should I be selling right now?
We're ready to go here in Bowie's Creek with Jay Sungholter. I'm Lyndall Suggs. Western Campbell getting ready to kick things off here as Western won the toss here, and they will receive and go left to right. It's going to be an interesting game, Jay, as we mentioned in the pregame. This one booted away by Sullivan, bouncing into the end zone, and that'll have Western start at the 20. This is going to be a high-powered offense here, Jay, for Western Carolina. What can Campbell do defensively to try to quench the absolute heat that Teron Dickens was throwing?
Well, I think Campbell's got to find a way to take something away. You cannot allow this offense to be balanced and run it and throw it at their will. So I think Campbell, the first thing is you've got to try to slow down the running game and then keep Dickens in the pocket.
Man in motion. This is a team that loves motion to try to throw off the defense. The snap, end around reverse, block chipped, handing outside and breaking through for an opening first down. Logan Livermore with the tackle. But again, we know this offense to be speedy, to be quick, Jay, because they don't really have the size to get it, but they are a fast team.
Yeah, and they manufacture those points in different ways, and they use their tempo, they use their play calling going horizontally, then attacking vertically, and just trying to keep you as a defense off balance with their different looks.
The most snaps per second in the country. Here's the handoff. Reed bouncing outside and being brought down against this Campbell rush defense.
They're showing more of a power look with Braden Blackman, the tight end, going in motion, coming across, and just a lead run up the middle on first down.
Here they go again, ready to go. Reed in motion. They'll get it out to him on the screen pass, and it falls incomplete.
And Reed, such a good receiver out of the backfield, had a huge week last week against Samford, catching the ball, and they're trying to get him out on the perimeter on a swing pass. That ball's sailing a little too high, and now with that tempo, Western Carolina is slowing down here, looking over to the sideline for their play call to try to pick this up on the first drive.
Only one rushing touchdown, but 3 receiving touchdowns last week for Reed. Here's the snap. Dickens throws to the sideline, and it's complete. Heading out of bounds, Ethan Spivey saves it from being anything more. But the Catamounts moving quickly here with Tyre.
Well, Dickens has such good touch on his different array of passes, and that was perfect, just dropping it in the bucket. Perfect execution by Western's offense.
James Tyre, what a great story he is. The walk-on 5 touches and 43 yards. There's Reed busting through the hole and falling in the red zone. And they'll throw the flag. Yeah, Villanueva there to collect him up. They will move the chains, pick up. Penalty decline. That one was on Campbell. Here's the snap. Handoff to Reed again. And Campbell's rush defense gets to him. And he'll get a couple of yards. Villanueva there, and of course, you see the excitement in the face of JoJo Pace, who is the ultimate energizer on defense for Campbell. Here's the snap again. Keeper, and again the defensive line ready for the run. That's going to bring up third down.
Good job by that defense, run-stuffing ability, and a big defensive line getting pushed up front and now forcing a third down. And that's what is the key going against this Western Carolina offense, is having success as a defense on first and second down and forcing them into long downs and distances on third down.
That's what Campbell head coach Braxton Harris said would be one of the keys to the game. Here's the snap. Facing pressure, Dickens gets outside the pocket and taken down short of the line to gain. Ethan Spivey saving that from being a first down. And what will they do here on 4th and short? They're going to go for it. 4th and 1 here. Here's the snap. The keeper blown up. And that's a turnover on downs. When you needed a stop, Campbell got it defensively.
This was outstanding work from Campbell. Hustling from the backside, a pulling tackle was coming through, and they just shot the gap and made a huge stop to give the ball back to the offense.
When we talk with defensive coordinator Eric Daniels, one of the things that he consistently says is that Campbell must be able to bend and not break here. And that is a perfect example where Western gets empty calories on this drive.
And as a defense, when you face adversity, you want somebody to step up. And as a unit, that whole defensive side made a big play.
Here comes the Campbell offense, led behind quarterback Camden Sixkiller. Looking deep. Sixkiller! Just out of the reach. Dabney there trying to get the coverage. And Will Cox, who is back on his first game, 3 big catches last week. And that was one of the things that Matt Kubik said, trying to get him involved this week. Check that Parker Jones, who's been a consistent playmaker, and his ability is going to be needed today with Randall King out.
And he expect him to get many looks throughout this game.
The bubble to Chandler, bouncing into his own man and cannot recover.
And Campbell coming out here with 2 passes in a row, and the key is when you're taking shots, is that offensive line holding up, and this is a group that I thought played really well last week against Bryant in the victory, and the wide receivers and backs, they've come through for Sixkiller all throughout the season.
It's a big third down here. 3rd and 12. The snap. Pressure. Screen. Intercepted. Sykes with the pull. Defenses back to back, making big plays on both sides. It's the Catamounts this time with the advantage.
Sykes, the sophomore, is reading this down the bottom of the screen. Just comes up. That ball gets tipped, and he's in perfect position to make the play. His first interception on the season.
Now the Catamounts will get the ball in the red zone here. They still have 4 downs, essentially 8 downs to get a touchdown. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Here's the snap. Dickens in motion. Rolling. Complete to the end zone. A one-play touchdown for Western. The Catamounts with the response. And it's easy for Richards Baker. A career-high game last week and the opening touchdown today.
And Dickens rolling out to the left, and just a nice job moving the pocket. Kerwin Bell and his team getting that field position, executing on the first play to get the first points of the game.
It is possible that they will review. And that's what's going to happen. Either way, Jay, it's going to be a first down regardless. Here goes the break. We'll find out the result after this. I think our official might be having some microphone problems. Jeff Pumphrey was trying to say after further review, no touchdown on the board. Instead, ball is placed inside the 1-yard line, and Western's got to figure it out here. A quick shift. Direct snap to Reed. The dive over. Did he get it? No. Short still, and might even back a few inches. 2nd and goal now.
There's a surge from that interior defensive line. The linebackers just coming over the top. That was a slick play. Quarterback moving in the last minute, and here they do it again.
Yeah, there's the Wildcat trying to get through. This time, bullies his way into the end zone. And that's a touchdown for Western.
Similar play, that inside Wildcat zone right up the middle, and Dickens at that last moment sliding over to the right, and Reed getting the direct snap and just enough push up front to get him in the end zone.
Here's the point after. Stephen Brantley. Marcus Trout. Kick is up, and it's good. There's a flag. There's a flag down. And Campbell's Ethan Spivey is also down. This happened after the play here.
This has been a physical game so far. Let's see, just that push. So he got caught up.
Yeah, the hold there is going to get him every time. Spivey is up and back to the bench. Let's see what Jeff Pumphrey has to say. So 2 personal fouls, both on Campbell. One on Spivey, who we saw was slow to get up there. Now it's going to be up to Campbell offensively, Jay, to respond to what Western has done here. 7-0 in the first quarter because of an interception that has happened. We saw Six Killer give up a pick 6 last week and shake that off. What does he have to do here early? Still a lot of time, but that's not how you want to start your opening drive.
Well, I think you just got to shake that off and forget about that first drive. Come out here and try to get the ground game going, and Campbell really focused a lot about getting off to a good start in this game, and now you've got to readjust after the Catamounts come out and get the first score of the game. I think you just have to go back and try to get your offensive line involved. No running plays on that last drive. Go back to the ground game and try to get traction up front.
Here's the bounce, and picked up quickly. Hart trying to work his way through. Tate. He falls outside of the 20-yard line, and that's where Campbell's going to start 1st and 10. So our first actual look of a Campbell drive from a kickoff. We're starting to see some good things on that first initial drive. Just missed Parker Jones down the field. It looks like Campbell might have wanted to take a shot early to get things going.
Well, I think that just shows you they feel like they can win testing out this secondary, and I'd expect them to go back to those deep passing plays. I just think right now you want to establish the ground game to open up the play-action pass.
Here's the handoff. Cowan quickly swallowed up but gets 2 yards.
Cowan's such a physical runner. They've got to get him going. They have so much success as an offense when he's getting those touches and getting into a groove.
Watch Mike Chandler. He was just off the side of your screen behind the quarterback, behind the man in the slot. Looking to the right side, in and out of the hands. And Dudley is there to make the disruption. R.J. Hart, the intended target on the play.
That was really good coverage on the outside, just jumping in front, knocking that ball loose. And here's another 3rd down for the Campbell offense. And normally this is where you look towards Randall King. Campbell's going to open this up with 4 wide receivers.
And 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. 3rd and 8 here. The snap, the drop, the rush. Working through, there's a flag, likely a hold. Six Killer dancing around the 40-yard line and pulled down out of bounds. There's another flag. Ed Jones, the 4th, with the ultimate stop here. This is likely shifting things backwards for Campbell. So Campbell in reverse at this point.
3rd and 18, if you're a six killer here, you've got to be careful with the ball. After the last possession resulted in a turnover, make sure you find the right man and protect the ball at all costs.
3rd in a Walmart parking lot. Spinning, out of pressure, six killer, trying to create, looking downfield, almost picked off. Samari Dukes, a senior, makes the play and gets the stop. From that being anything more, six killer had the right eyes, but that pass just broken up on great defense.
And Dukes drove on this ball to dislodge it. Six killer had the right idea as he was extending that play, getting out of the pocket. That would have been a first down. It was just the play of Dukes to shoot through and knock it down.
This one boomed away, takes a Campbell bounce, and now rolling. A good punt. Sending it back towards the 25. A little bit of extracurricular activity. Yep, that'll have it landed. We'll find out what Western can do with it after this here in Buies Creek.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family-owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most: our program, our team, and our next step. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
I'm John Mark.
And I'm DJ.
We're part of your Fighting Campbell football team. Just like a quarterback needs his offensive line to protect him in the pocket, you and your family need a trusted insurance provider to protect your home, auto, life, and business.
Magnum Insurance is an orange-owned agency with better prices and better service, and they can customize the policy that fits you.
So give Magnum Insurance a call today or stop by one of their convenient locations where coats are done.
Roll Hops.
It's a brand new era for Campbell men's basketball, and it starts with a bang. 6 Power 5 games all over the country, including the West Coast. Check out the full schedule at GoCamels.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by First Citizens Bank, the exclusive bank of Campbell Athletics. Dickens, the fake over the middle, and it's complete. Michael Rosen.
Dickens has started off this game 4 for 5 through the air. Very accurate using that quick play action pass to hit the post over the middle.
The man in motion, the tight end, Thomas. The drop back, the rush, flushed. Deep down the sideline, it's complete! No! Out of bounds when he caught the ball.
There's some pre-snap motion. 2 different guys going in motion for the Catamounts, trying to confuse Campbell's defense, and then Dickens trying to go for the big play. Here it is, looking over towards that right side, extends the play, and then on the run is looking for the loft.
Incomplete. This pass sailed out of bounds, looking for Richards Baker.
And now for Western Carolina here on this 3rd down. This is the danger, going fast. If you don't pick up yards, it's sets up 3rd and long, and these drives are quick. This is where Campbell's defense has to know where the sticks are and keep everything in front.
Pressure over the middle, bouncing incomplete. And Campbell's defense again, Jay, they have been strong so far. You can really say that they haven't given up a touchdown. The one touchdown that's been scored in this game came because of an interception inside the red zone.
Yeah, they're just backed up on that touchdown scoring drive. And the big key on that play was the pressure on Dickens, feeling the heat as he threw that ball.
A small shift here. Here's the punt. Swirling towards the right and caught. Wilcox making his way towards the sideline. Now Campbell's offense, Jay, who has been struggling to start this game, to say the least, has to figure something out here with the way that their defense is playing.
Yeah, 3rd drive, they need to hold on to this ball, get something moving, some momentum. You know, the last drive talked about getting something going on the ground. I think with this big offensive line that's been playing well, that's got to be your foundation for today, is running the football, and then again, that'll open up the play action pass where you can take shots down the field.
6-Killer in motion now. Chandler on the in-around reverse. 6-Killer looking down the field towards the sideline. A rhythm throw. It was intended for Wilcox, who was in his route, but just in the wrong part of it. That leaves 6-Killer 1 of 6 so far to start for -1 yard, Jay.
And he's the guy that's been so accurate throwing the ball throughout this early portion of the season. And credit to Western Carolina's secondary. They've done a good job of being in position, driving on the ball to knock down a couple passes.
One of the top completion percentage in the country. Chandler with the keeper. Here's the toss outside. Here's the bounce. Gaining a few, making it 3rd and short here.
Number 8,
Naeem Kearney, who had a very, very impressive game last week, looks to redo that again. He's really impressed his coaches in practice.
He has. He's been working hard, and he's a player on the back end that plays so fast, just tracking it down there. That could have been a 1st down, but he hustled over there to make the play.
2 different running styles between him and Cowan. Cowan being the power back, and Kearney being the finesse back. Here's the snap. Looking, stepping through, complete to the big tight end. Down the sideline, and it's going to be a First Citizens first down for Campbell.
Well, nice job. Just dumping it off to the tight end and picking up that 1st down. And now Campbell is going to play with a little bit of tempo. Here it is, 6-Killer. Good job on the drag across. Campbell's moving the chains.
Now Campbell looking to get into plus territory at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. Kearney, the back in the backfield. They'll hand it off to him on the RPO. Breaking through. He gets 2. Neely was there to bring him down. And what we know about this Western Carolina defense is that front 3 with the floating bandit can cause some havoc here for Campbell on the rush game.
Yeah, and they play with different stunts and different looks to try to make an offensive line hesitate and not know where they're coming from. That's probably the strength of this defense, is that front 3 and 4 guys rushing the quarterback.
This defense trying to prove something. They are ranked 126 out of 130. 6-Killer on the slant. Beautiful ball. It's complete. R.J. Hart with the first down.
This is excellent work from Hart, getting inside of the defender and almost as a basketball player boxing him out, presenting the target for 6-Killer.
R.J. Hart, the big body, 6'3", 210. Transfer from Stony Brook. Here's 1st and 10 now for Campbell. Chandler in motion. Flag. They're going to call a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Campbell now 3 penalties.
Correction, foul's on number 53.
And that's an area last week very uncharacteristic with their penalties and minimal through the first 3 games, and an area that I know they focused on was cleaning up that penalties and how it affected last week's game.
And Campbell head coach Braxton Harris made a point of emphasis to be disciplined this week. An empty backfield for Six-Killer on 1st and 15. The throw complete. And that moves the chains back to the original line of scrimmage.
Pass is complete to number 84, Stephen Keener.
Keener with a good hitch route there.
7 yards on the play.
Picking up 7 yards, and this offense now starting to get into more of a rhythm and showing different looks to this defense, whether it's 2 tight ends, 4 wide receivers, 2 backs, 2 different quarterbacks, throwing a variety of personnel groups.
2nd and 8. Now to Kearney, bouncing off a tackle, a beautiful stiff arm. There's a first down.
Kearney running with explosiveness and also power with that stiff arm. He's going to get a break as Chandler comes in the game, and he has impressed me with how hard he attacks the line of scrimmage.
Chandler in the slot. Here's the handoff on the in-around reverse. Chandler back behind the line of scrimmage does him no favors.
Number 1, Mike Campbell on the carry for the Camels.
Jordan Thompson with the stuff. Transfer from Middle Tennessee.
When Chandler's in the ball game, Wendell, the ears of the Catamounts immediately perk up because they know he's a key to see where he's lined up, especially when he goes in motion, because Campbell's going to use him in different spots, and they really read where he is at. Right now, he's been inserted into the game as the quarterback.
Kearney, 3 attempts on the day so far, 18 yards. Decision for Chandler, trying to get out of it. And that brings up 3rd down. Jordan Thompson again.
Number 4, Jordan Thompson.
Thompson back-to-back plays with the big hit.
There is no gain.
Now sets up a 3rd and long. The Six-Killer is going to come back in. Chandler out of the game. Important here for the offensive line to protect for their quarterback.
It's an offensive line that is much deeper than it was last year. Only 6 scholarship players in Braxton Harris's first year. He's recruited and made his line much deeper. Here's a snap, Six-Killer, pressure, throwing towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Giannis Wilcox unable to haul it in. Six-Killer put it where only he could get it, and he just couldn't reach it there, and that's going to bring out Alex Crabb. He's only missed 1 kick so far this year. This is going to be a 41-yarder. 1 for 2 in those kinds of kicks. Snap, kick, hold. And it's going to fall off to the right side. So Campbell remains scoreless here. Campbell defensively has been the spotlight, though, Jay. It's interesting to see how the tide has kind of turned here. What we expected to be an offensive explosion in the first quarter has really come down to an interception that's been turned over into the red zone. Both offenses seem just a little bit stuck right now.
Yeah, trying to get into a groove, and you've said it, the defenses kind of have been having the upper hand here early on in this game, and Campbell's defense just trying to find ways to slow down Western Carolina and keep them behind the chains.
A short gain here for Kamari Reed.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Number 7, Antoine Sampa on the stop for the Camels.
Second and 7. Dickens, complete. Knight right at the line to gain, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Knight running a curl route, knowing where the sticks were, just getting enough to pick up the first down.
As the sun peeking through the clouds on a day where we expected a lot of rain. Switching sides now is Reed. Now the question is, what's going on with the offensive line?
Injured offensive player, number 79.
So they call the timeout for 79. And now Western Carolina head coach Kerwin Bell has questions. I mean, if you were just looking at him, you wouldn't be able to tell he was injured, Jay.
And we'll see if he comes back into the ball game, if it's just a one play where he sits out, but they have to put in a reserve here for this next play.
1st and 10. Pitch outside to Reed. And he'll be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Just a host of tacklers.
The defensive line for Campbell winning here. And a good job using that size and athleticism to their advantage, getting push. And for Western Carolina, you see their big tackle, Moriano Siegel, number 79, coming back in the game.
Western Carolina from their own 33-yard line.
Looking, searching, over the middle, complete. Malik Knight.
Took a shot as soon as he caught this ball. Tyreek Brown was the one that laid down the hammer on him, and the focus and execution, as you know, hey, I'm going to get hit, but I've got to catch this ball. Boom, he gets hit. Another big first down for this offense.
Snap infraction. Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Reed, who has had a big game so far, 8 attempts, and not to be outdone by Knight as well. That last one, a 22-yard attempt over the middle, once right back to Knight, streaking up the middle into the red zone. Now Western's offense is starting to move. A shoelace tackle by JoJo Pace to keep it from being a touchdown.
And Malik Knight coming into this ball game, 17 catches on the year, had 6 against Samford last week, making his presence felt especially over the middle.
And that's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Western Carolina up 7-0 here in Bowie's Creek. broadcast is brought to you in part by Pepsi, the official beverage provider of Campbell Athletics, and Discover Done, the gateway to Campbell University. First and 10 here for Western Carolina. Here's the snap, it's low, Dickens collects, looking end zone, complete! It's a touchdown to the tight end. Braden Blackman puts Western up by 2 scores.
Blackman is an athletic tight end, and they'll use him in different spots in the formation there. Pre-snap moving him out to wide receiver, then runs a dig over the middle. Wide open area for him to operate, and with his size, beats the linebackers, and Dickens finds him.
Trout here for the point after. To the break we go. Western Carolina up 14-0 here in Bowie's Creek.
Do you love cheering on your fighting camels? Imagine living just a few miles from Campbell University. I'm Maddie Dean with Mattamy Homes, proud sponsor of your fighting camels. Mattamy offers several communities in Harnett County that could be the ideal place for your dream home. Explore our single family and townhomes featuring 2 to 5 bedrooms, up to 3.5 bathrooms, plus 3-car garage options, all created with your comfort in mind. Visit us today and see why a Mattamy home is the perfect place to call home.
It's bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Should I be selling right now? I gotta get a bigger place. What's my house worth? What do you think? What's my house really worth?
Do we need to renovate?
That's pretty good. How do I buy a house?
What if I don't have time to see it in person?
What is going on with this housing market?
Don't worry. I can take the guesswork out of it.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you'll get more than you expect. Like buy a double cheeseburger for you and add a McChicken for $1. Because being able to take your little brother out is a big deal. Get more than you expect with new McValue.
Western Carolina, what a drive they had. A few plays to get down the field. And it's explosive plays and punches that happen like this. A drive over 2 quarters. What a game Tyron Dickens is having right now, Jay. 8 for 12, 143 yards, a touchdown, and a completion percentage of 67. But the rating 194. Oh, it's caught right at the last moment. Hart makes a decision. Check that. Tate makes a decision. Now spinning off a tackle. Tate heading towards the sideline. Reap off a stiff arm. Bouncing out of bounds. Campbell needed a spark there.
This was an impressive return from Tate. It looked like twice he was going to get stopped and then found a way to get to the outside. Exactly what they needed, somebody to step up. Here it is initially. Looked like he's going to be pulled down, then cuts inside. So he's going down, and no, he uses his speed. Nice little cut, picks up about 7 extra yards.
The hesitation started at the goal line. Now Sixkiller going towards the sun. Campbell needs a touchdown here to cut the deficit in half. Looking over the middle. Incomplete. That one intended for R.J. Hart, who seems to be the favorite target with Randall King out tonight.
Hart's going against Azan Sykes one-on-one. And that's where Sixkiller is looking with his height down the field. That's kind of been his go-to guy here early on. Campbell offensive line holding up for Sixkiller.
2nd and 10. The handoff. Cowan, a stiff arm. Cowan. That's a big dude. The sophomore. He's got a big body, Jay, and he just knows how to use it.
And he's got quick feet, too. And when he gets moving forward, that's when he'll dish out the punishment. He's going to head over to the sideline, take a break for this third down with Mike Chandler coming back into the ball game. It's a big conversion opportunity for the Camels.
And Campbell needs it. 3rd and 7. Six killer. The drop. Time. Looking. Chandler! It's complete. Mike Chandler the second. We talked with offensive coordinator Matt Kubik. He said the best receiver is a receiver who is the most experienced. He said, I don't know how it gets more experienced than having a quarterback at receiver.
Yeah, I mean, and he knows the playbook. He knows where he's got to be as a wide receiver since he plays quarterback. And with six killer there, Chandler widened it out and then cut back up into the hash. And a great job with that route to elude the pressure from the defensive back and Thompson and get open for his quarterback.
Man in motion. Six killer, the keeper, out to Tate, looking towards the flat and blown up backwards. Behind the line of scrimmage here, Junius making an amazing play.
Just get the feeling, Lendl, there has to be a response here from Campbell. And you pick up that big third down, and the mindset has to be for six killers, hey, we've got to execute and put this in the end zone.
Looks like a field goal is not going to do it, Jay.
I just think you've got to come out here, be aggressive, and provide a response when you're facing the adversity, being down 14-0.
They hand it off to Cowan, bouncing through a bruiser. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and puts them with 3rd and long. Jamari Pierre-Louis with the ultimate stop, but he bounced right through Simpkins kneeling.
3rd down, 7.
Chandler coming back into the ball game. This is an area where being tight end, Chandler, something over the middle. That's been the sweet spot for the Campbell offense.
10 seconds on the play clock.
First charge timeout, Western Carolina. 30 seconds in length.
And Kerwin Bell did not like the formation that they were in. And a smart timeout.
I think they're seeing that, hey, Campbell's got some momentum here. Let's make sure everyone's on the same page. And as a defensive group, Jerry Odom, the defensive coordinator, up in the box, Kerwin Bell, using that timeout, bringing everybody together to make sure they all know their assignment and their keys for this big third down. For Campbell, Wendell, Matt Kubik, the offensive coordinator, a big opportunity to see what he draws up here. And I would expect something where six killer has multiple options and you have trust in your quarterback to make the right decision.
If this one gets close to the first down marker, do you go for it?
I think so. I think potentially, depending on where you're at and what happens here, you want to make a statement on this drive, so your mindset is being aggressive.
3rd and 7. Six killer looking. Pass is incomplete, and really looking for a pass interference call that he does not get.
Yeah, that was a pass interference there, and surprised there wasn't a flag. A lot of contact and shoving and holding on the defensive side, but no flag. And this is the right decision. I know you want to score a touchdown here in that aggressive mindset, but 4th and 7 in this spot, still early on here in the ballgame, the first half. You need points.
32-yard field goal. Crabb makes this one work this time. It's within his range. And cuts the deficit down to 11, but Campbell is just glad to get some points on the board here.
It's important on this drive to put some points up and cut into this lead and come over and talk about the positives as an offensive group and figure out ways to continue these drives. And, you know, again, I think on the outside, these wide receivers with Randall King out have to win. And Western Carolina's defense doing a good job getting off the field.
Campbell head coach Braxton Harris still trying to get an explanation that he likes right now, and whatever they're telling him, he does not like the explanation.
I agree. I was surprised they allowed that contact through on that third down play.
So the kickoff here, and Campbell's defense is going to be asked to stop Western again.
Well, I think a situation here for the Catamounts, you feel really good with what your offense has been able to do. 173 total yards so far. For Campbell's defense, how are you going to create a disruption? I think the number one thing is you've got to be thinking, hey, we need a turnover here. Let's create some havoc for Dickens in this offense.
Boomed away. It's heading to the end zone. And it'll be a start for this fresh offense. Western Carolina is the final non-conference matchup for the Catamounts this season. All 4 games have been played in North Carolina. Versus Gardner-Webb, versus Wake Forest, versus Elon, and now here in Bowie's Creek. And only the second CAA team, that this SoCon team who has picked, Jay, preseason number 18 in the nation, right now has not lived up to expectations, but they look to get back to their winning ways with their starting quarterback back in the lineup.
Yeah, and this is a completely different team with Dickens in, and kind of a new slate with him being inserted back into the lineup.
Can't get him on some pressure. Floating it up. Caught! No, incomplete.
And this turned into Dickens just rolling out of the pocket. This was a possible throwaway or give my guy a chance. And here, doesn't like what he sees. All right, I'm just going to loft it up, either come down with it or it'll be incomplete.
Defense number 5, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So it didn't even matter that the play was incomplete, because Campbell gifts 10 yards to Western here. First and 10 from the 35. RPO! Absolutely destroyed. Devonye Pettis.
Well, this will force you to think about going across the middle on a screen the next time. I mean, Pettis, just a physical, imposing player, and watch him.
Jay, we're nowhere near the action, and I still flinched up here.
Yeah, I mean, boom.
Here's the snap. Dickens looking deep. And way to pull off for JoJo Pace to avoid any pass interference or targeting call there.
He wanted to lay down another big hit. We've seen him come through and be physical. A good job, though, as you said, just holding up enough. And as defense starting to play fast here, forcing a third down.
Big 3rd and 10. The snap, pressure, bullying through, looking deep, and off the helmet, incomplete. Carlando Crump makes a big play to save a touchdown here for Western.
And the defense needing to stand up. Going to get off the field feeling very good about that possession and just how physical they were, getting the pass rush and the last knockdown to get off the field.
Here comes the punt unit. This one boomed. Fair catch signal. Down around the 22-yard line is where they'll call it. Jordan Thompson with the ultimate stop. Uranus Wilcox. Now Campbell's offense gets another chance here, Jay. Still a lot of time left in this quarter. A touchdown here brings this within 4.
No, positives on the last drive, moving the ball down the field. You come away with 3 points. So I think you've got to continue that attack, trying to create balance, running the ball, and then through the air, getting different guys involved. They've had success going over the middle against the linebacking core for the Catamounts.
1st and 10 from the left side hash. Here's the throw, quick route. Elapsed on by 2. They'll make the catch is David Hamilton. Only a 2nd catch of the season.
Complete to number 10, David Hamilton.
McQueen and Simpson Neely both there together.
Gain of 6 yards on the play. Ball is spotted at the Campbell 29-yard line.
And this is more about the rhythm here of this drive, Jay, would you say, for Matt Kubik's offense?
Yeah, it is. And as an offensive play caller, feeling the pulse of your team and making sure your guys understand their assignments, you feel it from calling plays up in the box.
6 killer, a lot of time. Throw is incomplete. Take a shot down the field for Barry Tate. And when we talk with Campbell head coach Braxton Harris, he said one thing that we cannot have this week is what he described as foul balls, missed passes, and missed catches that fall to the turf incomplete on big plays.
And just cleaning up those areas and limiting those, as he stated, the missed opportunities.
Here's a snap. We're patiently waiting for it, and now there's a snap. Pressure coming up the gut. 6 killer rolling to his left, throwing sideline. It's caught. There's a flag. Pierre Lewis saved it from being anything else.
Pass interference. Offense number 10. After the 6 of the goal. 3rd down.
So retry the down. And a pass interference called on David Hamilton.
Initially, it looks like it's going to be a big conversion, and now with the penalties, number 5 on the day, that's going to bring Campbell back to 3rd and long. 6 killer has to protect the ball in this situation.
What does Campbell do? And Braxton Harris will call the timeout. What do you think the timeout is for here, Jay?
Well, I think right now in this situation, you've got to get everybody over to the sideline and make sure you give that belief that, hey, listen, we need to pick this up, but also it gives you extra time to make the play call and figure out what you want to do in this tough situation. I think the message to 6 killer in this offense is we have to protect it here. If we don't pick it up, we need to punt and flip the field position, but you can't put it in harm's way. And Braxton Harris having a conversation with the officials, wanting to make sure he gives him the message.
He's definitely had a chat with all these officials here today, a wonderful crew led by Jeff Pumphrey. And now Campbell. Almost 3rd and 20 here, 3rd and 19. 6 killer. Time, decisions, gonna run. And that'll do nothing for him. Eddie Jones is there and Caleb Fisher, that bandit that we were talking about earlier. Causing commotion and havoc, and what you would expect from Campbell's defense versus Western is happening in reverse here. Punt spiraling, bouncing, and takes a catamount bounce towards the 45 and picked up at the 44-yard line. This is a big drive here for Western and a big drive overall, Jay. If the Catamounts can convert, they've really put the pressure on the Campbells.
Yeah, and they want to take advantage of this field position. This is an offense that's had success, but they've also had drives stalled where they've shot themselves in the foot and now coming out on the field. I think the big key here is for Dickens to have protection up front. Campbell's pass rush has been getting into him and forcing him to get rid of the ball quicker than he wants.
First and 10 here for the Catamounts. Diggins, a fast snap, the handoff, flying around and gets a yard or two. The extra push at the end.
Western Carolina going up tempo here,
After a gain of 3 yards,
trying to move quickly.
Campbell with 3 penalties so far today. And you can see this Western team as this one's complete over the middle. Finding Michael Rawson.
Dickens using that quick little play fake to bring the eyes of the linebackers up. That's what allows the middle of the field to be open.
First and 10 again. Moving quickly. Dickens looking end zone. Complete. Touchdown, no. Said he was out of bounds. Marcus Striggles thought he had a touchdown. It would have been his first of the year.
Now this was a missed opportunity for the offense. As Dickens rolls back, it's just 3 straight goes, and this ball sails a little bit.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, Jay, I thought this one would come back for a review. It looks like that left foot possibly got down. And of course, in the NCAA, it's the 5 toes down challenge. So if you get 1 foot in, that's it.
That hip as well, we'll see.
And I think that'll be the question. Is, did the foot get down in enough time, or does the hip land on the white line?
Yeah, and that's what they're going to be looking at. This is going to be a close call. We'll see.
Here's the review for us. Does that foot touch? There's the ball there.
All right, there's possession. I believe that's going to be a touchdown.
I think that's going to touch state. I think that call's going to be overturned.
Yeah, I think this will be reverse. I agree. Regardless, what a catch and focus to haul that in.
Yeah.
I think Western Carolina is going to feel good about this play after they see it on the scoreboard, the replay. It looks like he does get in.
And that was my initial thought, that he just so happened to get that one. And Campbell has given up now. That would be another explosive play, Jay, which they knew they had to limit coming into this game versus this pass-heavy offense.
Dickens now throwing for 163 yards. And they've had 11 rushes, only 33 yards, and not much success on the ground, but the passing game has provided opportunities, especially inside of the numbers, between the hashes. That's where they tried to attack, going against the safeties for Campbell.
The question would be, what is left to review at this point? Not much at this point.
After further review, number 6 of the offense had this firm possession of the football and got a body part down in the end zone. It is a touchdown.
And that's the right call. Western, a point away from a 3-possession lead here. And it's through.
Western Carolina with Dickens, they're just giving him the playbook and letting him go to work. 10 completions now with that touchdown. Now 195 yards, threw for over 500 last week. Off to a good start. The biggest key for this offense is protecting the football. No turnovers thus far here in the first half.
Western, firm control here. Jay, is there anything that Campbell can do?
Well, I think, Glendale, for Campbell, right now, you got to come out here, respond with points. But I think overall, this Western Carolina offense having success, I think it's got to be a situation where you have to run the ball to almost play keep away and try to keep that offense off the field, get turnovers on defense. But you've got an 18-point deficit, still plenty of time in this game. But you've got to chip away at this lead and find ways to slow down this offense.
Campbell needs something offensively here. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. Six killer in motion, facing pressure, lets it go, incomplete.
Six killers looked for Trevor Wilson as tight end multiple times. Western Carolina is going to have their second penalty of the game that will result in the chains moving, and Campbell will start off here with the ball on the 35-yard line.
Cowan stuck behind a block. The Catamount swarm.
Number 5, JoJo Pace on the carry for the Camels. Loss of 2 yards on the play. We'll bring up second down.
Bulls only rushed for 28 yards.
From their own 33-yard line.
You've got to find a way to have success, Lindell. They just got to get that push and get the ground game going to help out Six Killer.
Pass incomplete. Bo Sampson Neely, once again, what a game he is having, Jay. Just a complete disruptor.
On it, just reading the eyes of Six Killer to dislodge it.
33-yard line.
Now Campbell, another situation where it's 3rd and long, possible screen area. This is where Mike Chandler excels. He's over on the sideline right now, taking a break. You've got to find a wide receiver that can win.
Pressure. Six Killer looking. Gotta let it go. Incomplete.
And for Six Killer, feeling that heat, I know you want to try to take a shot and give your wide receiver a chance. That's a smart
We'll bring up 4th
throw there.
12,
Just get it out of bounds. Try to flip the field position and don't try to force anything where the defense can create a turnover.
Jay, Campbell's 5 penalties have really cost them some offensive efficiency. This punt takes a bounce back. Swirling out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Marquis Alexander doing a great job on Tyre. But it's been the undisciplined nature of this first half for Campbell that has really got this lead to where it is right now.
The one turnover early on and then those penalties have just caused disruptions for drives. Has also allowed the Catamounts to move the ball down the field. So those areas have to be cleaned up if you're going to come back. The 18-point deficit, you've got to play a cleaner second half and finish this half strong. Try to gain some momentum, but it starts here on the defensive side. I think this Campbell unit, again, has to create a spark. Get a turnover, do something big to help out your offense that's having struggles.
There's the RPO bouncing off a tackle down the sideline. Jedi Boyd. That's a first down for Western.
Now the up-tempo comes as you get that first down. Quickly, Catamounts move to the line of scrimmage.
First and 10, another bubble screen. Intended for James Tyre, and he slips.
Dickens pass intended for number 16. James Tyree falls incomplete. Second down, 10, Catamounts from their own 42-yard line.
Here's the snap. Low. Pressure. Going deep. Incomplete. Corlando Crump making a statement there, looking for Malik Knight down the seam.
This is great closing speed from Crump. Knight initially had that first leg up, but he closed down on it, dislodged it. That was a huge play from him, coming back in the secondary to knock that ball down.
Man in motion. It's in and out for Dutton. Pressure coming. Throwing deep. Almost picked off. A huge collision. Brandon Guzman.
Dickens pass is intended for number 4, Dominic Dutton.
And he's holding his head because he thought he could have had one there.
Dickens didn't see Guzman coming over, thought he had an opportunity for a big play. That Campbell secondary, though, excellent work playing as a tandem.
Correction, Western Carolina from their own 42-yard line.
Here's the punt. Bouncing and falls in the end zone. Campbell still has a chance here, Jay. If you look at the score, you might think they might be a little bit out of it in this first half, but still 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go. We've seen so many possessions at this point between both ball pros.
Yeah, and Campbell's offense, as they huddle up right now, this has to be a moment where they come together and get it going. And down there, these guys, the leaders, have to be like, right now is the time, and feel that sense of urgency coming out here onto the field, and Mike Chandler is going to come out and start out at the quarterback position.
Six-Skiller on the sideline, ready to go. Wilson moves from one side of the line to the other. Gonna keep. Chandler trying to get something. They'll give him 2. Bo Simpson Neely, of course, is there on the tackle.
For Campbell's offense, they have the size advantage and the power of that offensive line going against a fast but smaller defensive unit. And I know you're down, but I think you have to stay committed to the run, and there it starts off with Chandler. But this is a group down 18 points, but you have to have balance.
Camden Six-Skiller now in at quarterback in the shotgun. Six-Skiller. There's the handoff.
Number 23,
And Ethan Lawrence with a gain of 2.
yards.
A few there, and that makes it 3rd and short.
From their own 28-yard line.
Campbell is going to go to a heavy set with 2 tight ends in the ball game. Another big 3rd down opportunity coming up.
Heavy set. Jumbo formation. Flushed out. Six killer. Gotta let it go. Pass incomplete.
A lot of traffic in the alley. Both tight ends going out. Wanted to be a quick dump off to them, and Six Killer kind of had to redirect and go deeper. That coverage spot on the third down.
Mondi back to kick. Here's a boot spiraling, bouncing through, and to the 15. Pinned back to the 11. And that's where this drive will start for Western, but that hasn't been a problem. Dickens, 11 for 21, Jay. 213 yards.
And he's been testing out the secondary, throwing deep balls down the field, and coming out here as an offensive unit going against this Campbell defense. This is really a critical point of the game, because if the Catamounts come out, put another drive here together, they're going to be in a great position. In Campbell's defense, you get the field position flipped, and this is where you have to feel that sense of urgency to try to get a stop and get the ball back to your offense.
Dickens looking to the right. It's complete. Wide open is Painter Richards Baker. Coming off a career high game last week.
Complete to number 8, Painter Richards Baker. Gain of 12 yards. First down, Catamounts.
In motion. There's a snap across the middle. Incomplete. That is a high traffic throw, and he's sent Malik Knight in danger.
Ticket pass is intended for number 7, Malik Knight.
Donovan Pilford.
Broken up on the play by number 12, Donovan Philord.
Sorry, Philord.
We'll bring up second down, 10, Western Carolina.
Secondary being physical. It's tough going over the middle when you know you're going to get hit.
Here's a snap. Caught on the bubble route. Making wide open. It's a foot race. And pulled down at the last second is Michael Rosin. JoJo Pace saves another touchdown here.
The Pace hustling down to save it. And the quick screen to the outside, the offensive line getting out in front and creating a path.
Tight end in motion. There's the handoff to Reed. Reed juking, making another move, spinning, and he'll go down inside the 10-yard line. That's first and goal here for Western.
Campbell's defense has to shore things up. Back-to-back plays going in favor of the offense, and they're moving with tempo, trying to keep Campbell on their heels.
Tight end in motion again. Here's the snap. Dickens off his spot, right to the big tight end. Into the end zone is David Holbert. And that's another touchdown for the Catamounts.
Salto plays a touchdown. Defensive came off. He must leave for one play. Number 13's helmet came off.
And in the words of Tyler, the Creator, Jay, things are getting real sticky right here for Campbell.
Well, in a tough spot. You're down huge here in the first half. And Kerwin's Bell's team, Lindell, they're just in control offensively. Everything is working, the run and the pass, and using the tempo to their advantage, and their defense doing enough, only giving up 3 points.
1 point after. It's good. Campbell, Western, and it seems like Western is in firm control in the driver's seat in this revenge game. Only the second all-time meeting between both clubs.
And for Campbell, how are you going to respond here? You still have 3:45 left here in the first half, a whole second half to go. But in order to come back, you've got to show quick signs that you can handle some adjustments and get some momentum going into the halftime break.
Well, if you want to talk about handling adjustments, this second quarter for Western Carolina was full of them. 21 points compared to only 7 in the first quarter.
And the offense has been more aggressive, throwing the ball deep down the field. They've had some success. And again, it starts out on drives when they can get a first down, they pick up their tempo, and that has caused them the ability to really mix things up. And it's just hard on the defense when you're playing on your heels and they're mixing in the run and the pass.
Here's the boot. Tate out of his hands. Now picks it up. Pressure coming, can't get a block, stays on his feet somehow. Working through the 15-yard line and is finally down inside the 20. What has really been the struggle here, Jay, is not really Campbell's defense, because they've done about as good a job as you can against this high-powered offense of Western Carolina. It's Campbell's offense who is struggling to find a rhythm right now.
And Campbell's offense is a group that has had so much success throughout the season, and today it's just been a penalty here, a missed third down conversion, tackle for loss. They just haven't had the ability to maintain drives and be consistent.
Campbell has only had 1 drive in the red zone so far, where Western has had 4. Pressure. 6-killer decision. And over the outstretched arms. This one gonna fall incomplete.
And they've got to find a way to hit one of those big plays, create a spark.
From their own 17-yard line.
The offense just trying to find somebody to step up. Randall King not playing today. Who's going to be that guy that fills that void?
Second and 10. Pressure. 6-killer. Tucks and runs. Steps out of bounds. After gaining about 6 yards.
And 6-killer protecting it, recognizing the pressure, getting out to set things up for third down. This is another big one. And we keep mentioning these third down opportunities, but Campbell's got to find a way, and it starts here. The offensive line has been holding up for 6-killer, but you've got to have somebody separate on the outside.
Here's a snap. 6-killer. Good completion across the middle. Spinning now, working his way a little bit free. Giannis Wilcox.
6-killer's pass is complete to number
Nakumba.
16, Trajan Wilcox.
Simpson Neely, not to be confused with his older brother. Bo Simpson Neely. Attack.
Giannis Wilcox stepping up. One-on-one coverage on the outside, all-out blitz, and he won on his slant route.
Possible targeting foul.
And a targeting play would be huge here, Jay.
Yeah. As they take another look at this, it would. This could flip it down 15 more yards for Campbell if this goes in favor of them. And right now, as they come over to the huddle, it's all about these guys making sure they're on the same page, stay positive. As we get another look, there's Giannis Wilcox going across.
Yeah. That helmet-to-helmet contact, by definition, it would have to meet 3 different criteria.
And I don't know if they'll change this call.
I think the helmet-to-helmet, possible helmet-to-helmet rather, is what caught the eye of the replay official.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. Result of the play is a first down.
And again, the 3 criteria that have to be met: 1 is a helmet-to-helmet contact, 2 is a vicious hit, and I would stop at 2. I don't think that hit was vicious enough to be considered for targeting criteria.
Yeah, there's a quick turn there, and No evidence being shown. It almost was used as a timeout, though, for Campbell gets over to the sideline, make sure they're ready to go for this next play.
Nonetheless, a first down, and as you can see at the bottom in your slot is Mike Chandler. Empty backfield for Six Killer. Off his spot, Six Killer tuck and run. And that's going to have to be where it's at right now. If Campbell's locked down, Six Killer's going to have to use his legs to get some yards.
Well, I like how he made a decisive decision, Wendell. The coverage was there in the secondary, and as Six Killer was reading the defense, he kept diagnosing it and then had that clock in his head where he knew he had to get out of the pocket.
To the break we go. It's time for the 2-minute timeout. Western in firm control here in Bowie's Creek.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right? Who are you?
We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler. That was for us. There's no lifeguard. Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. Pepsi. I'm not needed here.
It really is a perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
Hello, I'm John Heister for the Heister Automotive Group, and we're so excited about Campbell Sports this year, especially Campbell Football. So roll humps.
Thanks, John. We're excited at Campbell Football to promote leaders in the football field, in the classroom, and in the community, and that takes commitment. And that's exactly what we've had from Heister Automotive Group for the past 10 years. Hard work, dedication, and commitment to each other. Heister Auto Group. Get off your keister and get to Heister.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
It's all about the deal at Capital Ford of Lillington. That's why we're lowering all our prices. Don't miss these huge savings across our massive inventory of new and used vehicles. We make it easy to buy used with confidence. Always backed by our VIP protection plan, a 3-month, 3,000-mile no-cost premium warranty. Plus, we do extensive reconditioning for all our pre-owned vehicles. At Capital Ford of Lillington, we're all about the deal. The lowest price, the lowest payment, the lowest interest rate, and the most for your trade. Visit us today or shop online at capitalfordoflillington.com.
Back in Bowie's Creek, 28-3 here. 2-minute timeout until halftime. It's Campbell's possession. Six Killer. Pressure coming. Ball's loose. Campbell trying to jump on it. It's Campbell's way. Campbell will maintain possession. Caleb Fisher, the bandit, creating havoc.
Fisher, 6'3", 240 pounds, winning on the edge, staying low with his leverage, and there he gets up. And he's holding his hip. He made the play.
Six Killer. Pressure. Now knowing they can get to him. Rolling. Thinking. Intercepted. No, incomplete. There is a flag down. Kidmore Jr. there with the ball in his hands.
Holding. Defense number 12. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, Campbell really gets bailed out right there, Jay.
They needed a break. And now this drive is going to begin with a fresh set of downs, and they need something positive to happen for them as that pass rush was getting into the backfield.
Campbell goes in, can go into the locker room with a touchdown and come out with the ball first after the half. First and 10. Six Killer escaping, looking. Lets it go. R.J. Hart. It's going to be incomplete. His heel probably touching the white there. Will they review is going to be the question.
This was a good effort from Hart, trying to stay alive, and Six-Killer keeping his eyes up as he's going to get hit here. We'll see Hart.
R.J. Hart falls incomplete.
Yeah,
that back foot, Jay.
Good
From their
call.
own 47-yard line.
28-3. Sounds familiar to a Super Bowl score that I'm used to.
Patriots?
The comeback is always inevitable. Pressure. Six-Killer. Looking. Stumbling. Got to make a move. Throws. Out of bounds.
Six-Killer's reading the coverage, just doesn't find any open wide receivers. And right now, this defense is doing a pretty good job just making it difficult, only giving up 3 points here in the first half in a situation where Campbell, they've got to get points going into the break. And right now, that coverage in the secondary has been really good.
3rd and 10. Flag. Six-Killer. Pressure. And he's taken down for the sack. Now this flag could be on Western.
Offside. Defense number 10. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They'll retry the down because Justin Wallace was encroaching on the wrong side.
See, there he is, 10, just jumping a little too fast, and Lindell here, potentially 4-down territory.
Yep.
You've got to get something going. I know, you've got to see the result here, but you've got to have a mindset here where at all costs, you've got to pick this up.
Another free play. Six-Killer looking sideline! Intercepted, but it won't count, and likely a pass interference call. This touchback, or this run back here, just for extra cardio. There's another flag down. If this is laundry day of yellow, you might get a free chance of picking something up. Free play galore.
Both flags are going to go on the Catamounts.
Campbell know they're going to stay out here. That pass interference call.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Offside, number 11. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 21. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. Automatic, 1st down.
And that's what I was going to say. Of the 2 penalties, the pass interference likely being the one that's going to be accepted there.
Right now, the defense kind of falling apart. We've got Campbell here in a tough spot, and these penalties are hurting them, and Campbell now plenty of time here inside the 35-yard line.
Campbell has to cash in. 48 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Kearney the back. Looking. Bouncing, and a dangerous throw that just falls to the turf. Uranus Wilcox, the intended receiver.
That was a tough throw. The coverage was there, and just not able to hold on to it.
Campbell.
Uranus Wilcox coming out of the game. Chandler back in. I think you've got to find a way to get number 1 the ball. He's your best playmaker out on the field. Try to find him an area where he can operate.
They've got 44 seconds to do it. 2 in the backfield. Chandler in motion. Here's the snap. Looking. High pass. Wide open. Intended for R.J. Hart.
And that's when Six-Killer knew he had him.
Six-Killer's pass intended for number 11.
Watch them come back to that play, but R.J. Hart wide open on a crossing route.
From the Western Carolina 30,
and you can see the frustration on the face of Camden Six-Killer. Likely a 1st down and possibly even more. This Campbell offense trying to draw something up here. Kearney's the back. Here's the snap. They'll hand it to him. Kearney working his way around, and there's going to be a flag down. I think we all know what that one's for. This catamount defense, a lot of pulling and tugging right now.
And self-destructing. Campbell is looking to take advantage of these penalties on the drive.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 7. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Yeah, you can't do that. The official was right there watching.
Third and long, Campbell going against the grain because I think they thought they were going to go for it if they didn't pick it up on the ground, but not needed as the penalty is going to result in another first down. 34 seconds, 2 timeouts, plenty of time.
And if Campbell can get to the 5-yard line, they still can get a chance for another first down here. A touchdown is needed. Six Killer looking, complete. To the back, out of the backfield, trying to get out of bounds, but Campbell has to move quickly.
Six Killer's pass is complete to number 8,
And of course, Braxton Harris going to call that timeout.
Good use of the timeout. Immediately stop the clock. 2nd and 7. Still have 1 timeout. You can throw the ball over the middle of the field. I think an area 2 is throwing to your running backs, and coverage downfield was there. Kearney just slipped out of the backfield, so watch them try to attack the perimeter and beat these linebackers one-on-one situations with these quick running backs.
And I know the question that every Campbell fan watching at home wants to know is, can this team score a touchdown? And I think that's a fair analysis right now, Jay.
Well, I think can they, but they have to. I mean, that's got to be the mindset is you have to score here to give yourself positive momentum and belief that you can come back in this ball game, and you have an opportunity. This field position, the ball on the 12-yard line, there's no other options. This has to be a touchdown result to finish off this drive.
28 seconds remaining in the first half.
Campbell has 2 timeouts remaining.
Chandler in motion. Looking, surveying, pressure, escaping. Now going to run it himself. Got to move into the end zone. Camden Six Killer puts the first touchdown on the board for Campbell.
This is leadership and playmaking ability from Six Killer, just stepping up, making it happen. He was reading the defense, Lindell, and this was good defense from Western Carolina. Nobody was open. And he just navigated inside of the pocket, giving himself time, then showed off his athleticism getting into the end zone.
Extra point is good.
Alex Crab's extra point attempt is good. 17 seconds to go in the second quarter.
So here's the replay. Watch it again. You said it, playmaking ability from Six Killer.
And just shifty and doing enough to get the defense off balance, then cuts back to the inside. You can see just almost a relief knowing that he had to find a way to get that touchdown and get a celebration with your teammates. Good job from the Campbell offense executing and also taking advantage of the mistakes from the defense.
Well, we said it earlier, for this offense to get going, it looks like Kerwin Bell and Coach Odom's defense for Western Carolina is eliminating any option that he has down the field. In order to be able to do that, Six Killer's got to be willing to use his legs.
Yeah, and I think that when you see a defense making adjustments and building that back wall on the deep end, that's when the quarterback runs and getting out of the pocket, different things to get those quick hitters and take advantage of the defense playing back. That's where you're going to find success, and Campbell did it there.
Sullivan to kick this one off. This is where Campbell, at this point in the game, after a touchdown late in the second quarter last week, gave up a touchdown on the kick return. Special teams is going to be important, and Sullivan gets this one into the end zone. Still 17 seconds to go, and Jay, in basketball, they would say that's a lot of time, but I think against this Western Carolina offense, that's a whole lot of time versus the Catamounts.
Yeah, you can never relax. You would think they're going to try to be aggressive here, just see if they can put pressure on the defense and get something to pop. Well, it looks like they're going to actually just kneel on this and go into the break with the lead.
And that's what they'll do. Campbell gets the ball back here. After we come back from the break, it's the Mattamy Homes halftime show coming up after this, and a special interview with brand new Campbell president William Downs. Dr. Downs will join us in the booth. The Mattamy Homes halftime report. Don't go anywhere, right here on the Sandstorm Network.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most: our program, our team, and our next step. Wilkinson, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
I'm John Mart.
And I'm DJ.
We're part of your Fighting Campbell football team. Just like a quarterback needs his offensive line to protect him in the pocket, you and your family need a trusted insurance provider to protect your home, auto, life, and business.
Magnum Insurance is an orange-owned agency with better prices and better service, and they can customize the policy that fits you.
So give Magnum Insurance a call today or stop by one of their convenient locations or coats are done.
Roll Hawks.
It's a brand new era for Campbell men's basketball, and it starts with a bang. 6 Power 5 games all over the country, including the West Coast. Check out the full schedule at GoCamels.com.
Is the Mattamy Homes halftime report. Mattamy Homes helping you build better, smarter homes with communities just minutes away from Campbell's campus. With my favorite guy, the former East Carolina tight end, Jay Songholzer. I'm Lyndall Suggs, and Jay, it's been a first half that's just been all the Catamounts' way.
Yeah, 331 yards for Western Carolina, and they had success, especially through the air. They did mix in the ground game, but I thought it was the tempo and the ability for them to drive the ball down the field that really put Campbell in a tough spot. I think good momentum for the Camels finishing off that last drive to make it an 18-point deficit.
Well, what do you think this Catamount defense is doing to Camden Sixkiller? We know that he loves to pass the ball and get it out in space to his receivers, but right now it just seems like defensively Western Carolina is locking down everything on the field.
They're blanketing the wide receivers. That back line, the secondary that has given up big plays throughout this season, is doing a nice job.
Yeah.
And Campbell's got to find a way to create some explosives through the year. But this defense is doing enough and just keeping everything in front and creating disruption and getting off the field on third downs.
So what do you think about Teron Dickens right now for Western Carolina? 200-plus yards, a few touchdowns in the first half. He's really looking like last game was not a fluke.
Yeah, last game, his first game of the year, and they're a different team with him.
Yeah.
At the quarterback position, he's looked confident, and he is looking to be aggressive, drive the ball down the field, but also he's used his legs to give himself extra time time, and Campbell's got to find a way to make him uncomfortable, whether that's through different blitzes or guys just winning one-on-one battles. But he's a guy that looks so comfortable and confident throwing the ball. You have to disrupt his timing.
Well, after this break, Campbell's newest president, number 6, Dr. William Downs, will join us here in the booth, and we don't want you to miss it. Right here on the Mattamy Homes Halftime Report.
U.S. Army Medical Readiness Command.
It's the Mattamy Homes Halftime Report. Mattamy Homes helping you build better, smarter homes with communities just minutes away from Campbell's campus. Glad to invite you inside the booth with Campbell's 6th president, Dr. William Downs. I'm Lyndall Suggs. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Downs, thank you for taking the time during this game to join us. I'm excited to have you here. And just like the Campbell community, we're excited to have you here. I know you've been kind of working things around in your first year and trying to figure things out. How has that been for you, getting introduced with you and your lovely wife here in the creek?
Yeah, we're less than 3 months in, so it's drinking from the proverbial fire hose, but it's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot and met a lot of people, so it's an exciting 3 months.
Yeah, you are right now on your presidential tour.
We are.
Touring the state. You had a great turnout in Winston-Salem, and now you've got one in Fayetteville coming up. What is your vision for Campbell looking like for the next few years and taking us into the future?
Yeah, we're in growth mode, growth mentality. My impression of Campbell is that we can no longer be a hidden gem, no longer the best kept secret in North Carolina. So the vision really is to push out the brand and make sure people know about us across the nation.
So how do we as alumni and students and prospective students help you do that?
55,000 living Campbell alumni spread across North Carolina and across the country. We need everybody to get engaged. We need everybody to be ambassadors for Campbell. Spread the good news. Send students to us. Hire Campbells. It's all hands on deck right now.
When you look at where this place is and what you inherited as the 6th president and how we get to the future, how do we grow this campus to be the gem and the bright spot in this part of the county?
You got to dare to dream. And Campbell, in its 138 years, has been at its best when it's dared to dream. And we're right in the middle of a strategic planning process right now, and we're mapping out those dreams. And so we're going to put those to paper, we're going to share those with the world, and we're going to go after it with all we got.
You come in, hitting the ground running, making sure that Campbell has a strategic plan. Why is that plan so important to you and to this Campbell community?
You have to have vision. People have to be able to rally behind you. They have to know where you're going. Our motto is to the stars through difficulties. We got to know which stars we're going after.
Yeah.
And so that brings everybody together around a common plan.
We know that you got some sports connections, and just talking with you, you're a sports guy. So what are your favorite teams? Who do you like to play? Of course, Campbell.
Campbell. End of story, Campbell. Listen, I grew up in Raleigh.
Yeah.
I grew up in ACC country in the Triangle. I know what good rivalries are about. I wore out the grass in my dad's backyard playing basketball. I loved college basketball. Those were my heroes growing up. But there's nothing better than game day Saturdays on football in the South, tailgating, having a good time with the marching band. But you know what the coolest thing is about being college president?
What's that?
21 NCAA Division I teams that I get to go watch.
That's right.
And so I love them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're glad to have you here. Is there anything else that you want Campbell Nation to really know about you and what your future is here with Campbell?
No, we're just here to roll up our sleeves. People love this place. They're passionate about it. They're authentically excited about the future. I just ask everybody to roll up their sleeves with us, and let's get busy and roll humps.
Well, there's work to do, and we're glad to have you here to lead us into the future. He's William Downs, the new president of Campbell. I'm Lendl. Thank you for joining us. Stats and highlights after this, right here on the Sandstorm Network.
When you think of family, what comes to mind? A home, a bond, a purpose? Is it the trust behind every pass? The strength to rise through every setback? Or the pride that echoes in every victory? Because family isn't defined by a jersey. It's forged in the obstacles that we overcome together. Here at Campbell, family is who we are. Here, every moment isn't lived, it's remembered. Every challenge shapes us. Every triumph lifts us. But at the heart of family is the moments we share. It's the sacrifices that no one sees. The unshakable love that carries us through. It's what makes us stronger. It's what makes us one. This is family. This is what we play for. This is Campbell.
Campbell University is beyond education. It's a transformational journey. This isn't just college. It's where purpose finds you. Where your calling isn't a question, it's a launch pad. Because at Campbell, we don't just learn. We lead, we serve, we show up. Campbell University, make it matter.
It's a brand new era for Campbell men's basketball, and it starts with a bang. 6 Power 5 games all over the country, including the West Coast. Check out the full schedule at GoCamels.com.
Do you love cheering on your fighting camels? Imagine living just a few miles from Campbell University. I'm Maddie Dean with Mattamy Homes, proud sponsor of your fighting camels. Mattamy offers several communities in Harnett County that could be the ideal place for your dream home. Explore our single family and townhomes featuring 2 to 5 bedrooms, up to 3.5 bathrooms, plus 3-car garage options, all created with your comfort in mind. Visit us today and see why a Mattamy home is the perfect place to call home.
You know, we talk a lot about building a strong team. It starts with strong people. Here at Wilkinson, Chevrolet, Cadillac, and GMC is exactly that. They're family owned right here in Sanford, right down the road from the creek. Every season, Wilkinson puts me behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle so I can focus on what matters the most, our program, our team, and our next step. Wilkinson Cadillac Chevrolet and GMC, pushing the Fighting Camels forward one season at a time.
Pizza Provisions is now the official pizza of Campbell Athletics. Located just steps away from the Campbell campus, Pizza Provisions is the perfect place to go before or after the game. You can dine in or order ahead and carry out for fresh, made-to-order pizza, wings, wraps, pasta, gyros, and salads. With daily specials, Pizza Provisions is also the perfect place for your lunch break. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and at pizzaprovisionsnc.com.
Black Bear Nation, let's ride. Go Tigers.
We are Hampton U.
As one.
Fly Hawks.
Tap the rock, baby. At Geek Prod. Roll Hawks, baby.
Phoenix Rising.
3 more feet. Go Tribe.
Go Dogs.
One team, one heart.
On October 4th, for the first time ever, Campbell travels to Carter Finley Stadium. That's next week to take on the NC State Wolfpack. Make your plans to join the Fighting Camel Club on the free game festivities. You can scan the QR code on the screen to get your tickets. Let's take a look at our stat sheet brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Right now, Jay, penalties seem to be the deal between the two.
Yeah, the penalties, both sides, too much, and really that last drive, the penalties racked up for Western Carolina. That's what allowed Campbell to continue to move the ball down the field.
Yeah,
this is just a ball game here where Western Carolina, you've got a comfortable lead, but I think it's going to be important for Campbell to win the first 5 minutes and have that sense of urgency to score a touchdown on the first drive.
Yeah, Western Carolina is the one with 287 yards through the air and 44 on the ground. Campbell struggling offensively, 97-59. So if you're a little confused by the score and saw the stat sheet, it's because it was just reversed just a little bit. But that's all right. 28-10 is the leading score right now. As we take a look at how we got here to this game right now, Campbell trailing by 18, and it starts all here. Camden Sixkiller looking deep down the field and having an incomplete pass. And then this interception is really where the game turned on its head.
Yeah, early on the first drive, Western Carolina had field position, and Dickens got into a groove early on, scored the first touchdown, and coming in on the road, they wanted to get off to a good start, and their quarterback, second start of the year, has really impressed with his pocket presence and ability to find his open wide receivers.
And then this beautiful catch, but a drive that was stalled. And then Tyron Dickens in the end zone had to be reviewed to see if it was going to stand, and it does. And then hits this big tight end on the outside, David Herbert. Now Campbell, thanks to some penalties, starting to figure some things out here on the last drive. Looking towards the end zone, couldn't find it. And then inside, there was Camden Sixkiller. Campbell's going to get the ball back to start the next drive, and we'll find out if they can put something up on the board. So interesting. The switch in development all week, people were praying in Bowie's Creek that the weather would hold up. And, Jay, it seems like a lot of people got their wish as we look out into the night sky. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of clouds heading this way. And the break in the sun hopefully provides some hope for Sunny Six Killer's great-grand-nephew and there's offense.
Yeah, it's really perfect weather right now underneath 80 degrees. And for Campbell, you know the message of the halftime break was we've got to win it here in the third quarter. We've got to come out here, forget that first half. But listen, we've got to play better and show that we're a better offense and defense coming out here going against Western Carolina, who really was in control throughout most of that first half.
Six Killer looking. You'll take the snap. There's the handoff. Knocked backwards. Trying to fight for extra yardage, but just 2 will be enough, and the helmet is off for Kearney. Naeem Kearney comes out of the break.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. Number 8's helmet came off. Must leave for 1 play.
Now Ethan Lawrence. Parker Jones at the bottom of your screen. R.J. Hart at the top. Looking, complete. And that is the motion that Campbell was looking to have early. Trevor Wilson with a great catch there.
And Wilson has become a reliable target in the pass game. Six Killer has looked towards him throughout this first part of the season. Good route runner, and he can win in coverage.
Matt Kubik said he's one of the best additions overall to this Campbell offense. 3rd and short. Need a play. Six Killer rolling out of the pocket. Looking. Six Killer. Not going to be enough. Pressure coming, and Hayward McQueen with a collapse. So that's going to be a 3 and out here for this Campbell offense. That's not how you want to start it coming out the half.
This defense, not big, but they are fast. And Six Killer looked like he might get to the edge, but that corner closed quickly, and it's going to result in a punt.
Boots this one. It's deep. Caught at the 20. Campbell trying to collapse. Spinning away from pressure. It's only green grass. Heading towards the 45. Dancing down the sideline. In Western Carolina. All the momentum in this one.
Well, it's important coming out of the halftime break. Campbell not getting anything going on offense, and now special teams is going to set up the Catamounts with excellent field position to begin their drive and flipping the field position for their offense. Their quarterback, Dickens, coming out on the field.
Dutton in motion. Back, he sends him. Dickens, pump fake, and heavy traffic, falls incomplete. There's a flag, and likely a roughing the passer call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 10. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Watch this Western offense. High traffic throw, but it would have been called back regardless. Now in the red zone once more for the 5th time today. Here's the snap, looking, thinking, to the end zone. No, just short at the 5-yard line. That's Malik Knight.
Dickens, oh, sorry, Lindell.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Dickens initially looking towards the left, wanting the wheel route, and comes back to the inside and saw the middle of the field wide open.
First and goal here. 17 seconds left on the play clock. Dickens thinking, time, pressure, and he'll be brought down. Raymond Macias. Amari Wilson as well.
Loss of 1 yard.
Now, this was a coverage sack. The secondary was in position as Dickens was reading it, tried to get outside, and then finally that pressure from the defensive line won through to create the loss of yards.
Tight end attached to the line. Thinking, pump fake, gonna go, and collapsed on, helmet off.
Timeout for number 51 of the offense, helmet coming off. Must leave for one play.
Campbell's defense being stingy in the secondary, doing their job, and defensive line finding a way to shed blocks.
Thinking, wide open, into the end zone, touchdown Catamounts. Western Carolina cannot be cooled off. The point after. It's good. Still in the driver's seat. Western 35, Campbell 10. Western Carolina, wide open. This Catamounts offense is firing on all cylinders. Step up to the occasion. They cannot be stopped here.
They've come on the road and put it up 35 points, and their backs are heavily involved in the passing game. Patrick Boyd Jr. slipping out of the backfield, out into the alley, and getting another touchdown coming out of the halftime break.
Long sin. bouncing in the end zone. And the questions around Campbell's offense after a 3-0 to start this half are really starting to swirl right now.
And I think here, if you're in this huddle coming out, you've got a big deficit. You just got to try to get points on this drive. Just keep your head down and step up. Guys have to win outside. The O-line has to protect. Siskiller got to continue to try to make good decisions and protect this ball and just move it down the field, take it play by play.
Trevor Wilson in motion. He'll throw to him. Takes a big hit under after a gain of 3.
Siskiller's pass is complete to number 9, Trevor Wilson. Gain of 3 yards on the play. Second down, 7.
Siskiller out, Chandler in. Out to him, blown up. Jordan Thompson doing demolition work.
And Thompson from the Charlotte area, transfer from Middle Tennessee. We've called his name numerous times today. Been very active from his linebacker position there. He shot the gap and used his recognition skills to diagnose the play.
Third and long. Siskiller, pressure coming. He escapes, gonna run. Siskiller, the first down. And gains a little bit more, trying to shift it towards midfield. He'll be short by 3 yards. And this is what he's gonna have to do, Jay. He's gonna have to use his legs.
Yeah, and I think with that coverage playing back, he's got to find opportunities to take advantage of that deep wall and falling backwards, and there he does it, picking up yards.
And now Campbell down in the backfield. And he'll get up. That was Ethan Lawrence. When we talk about what Campbell needs to do, when you are blanketed by all these defensive backs and you have to make a decision and a choice to run, how decisive does Siskiller have to be?
Well, you've got to be assertive and make that decision quickly, which I think he has on those big gains. He's immediately taken off, and I think there's got to be that clock in your head where you give your wide receiver a chance, but if it's not there, go ahead and run.
Gonna pull, thinking Chandler. Chandler got to run deep in his own territory, gonna throw it away. And we have seen several plays like that today, Jay, where Campbell is deep in its own backfield. Can't make anything work, no receivers open.
It just hasn't been there, and they haven't had that big explosive play in there. Initially, it was going to be a throwback to the other side of the field. The coverage was there, so Chandler had to improvise and just throws it out of bounds to fight here on second down.
2nd and 10. There's the handoff, big hole. And that makes it 3rd and short. Kearney bullying his way through and finding a wide open space to carry.
6 yards on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down 4.
Kearney averaging over 4 yards per carry. Then Chandler's coming back in at quarterback, so they've been mixing him throughout the ball game, a wide receiver, running back, and multiple times at the quarterback spot.
Here's the snap. Chandler breaking through. And that's a First Citizens first down for Campbell.
Number 1, Mike Chandler.
A really good run for Chandler, and they had to have it as an offense. Six-Killer went in motion to try to get the eyes of the defense going to the other side, and Chandler stayed patient as he waited for his offensive line to get out in front and just followed their lead.
Chandler gets the boot. Wilson inside the 10. Dabney saves a touchdown here for Campbell.
This is slick from Chandler. It's going to look like he's going to carry it. He runs out to the perimeter, kind of holds it by his hip, and saw that he had Wilson going across. Now the last minute just flicked it out to his big tight end.
Here's the snap. Six-Killer looking. End zone. Almost picked off. Bo Sampson Neely. That's a name that we have heard all day. His presence on the field defensively has been very disruptive.
Secondary's played really well. There's been multiple guys stepping up on that back end. You'll see Chandler going back to the quarterback spot. We'll use a bunch set here to try to create separation.
2nd and 10. Or 2nd and goal, rather. Chandler gonna keep bouncing through. Chandler! Into the end zone. And a touchdown for Campbell. A much needed score.
Had to have it. And the play design and the execution from the offense, well done. Zone to the left side, and Chandler read it. Started off over to the left, then a nice cut back and found the open lane to get into the end zone.
They're going to go for 2. Quick snap. Chandler rolls. Toss. Touchdown. Or sorry, conversion good. Campbell converts.
Should I be selling right now? I gotta get a bigger place. What's my house worth? What do you think? What's my house really worth?
Do we need to renovate?
How do I buy a house? What if I don't have time to see it in person?
What is going on with this housing market?
Don't worry. I can take the guesswork out of it.
Pizza Provisions is now the official pizza of Campbell Athletics. Located just steps away from the Campbell campus, Pizza Provisions is the perfect place to go before or after the game. You can dine in or order ahead and carry out for fresh, made-to-order pizza, wings, wraps, pasta, gyros, and salads. With daily specials, Pizza Provisions is also the perfect place for your lunch break. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and at pizzaprovisionsnc.com.
84 weeks ago, with precisely 2 likes at the Rio Sarah Pascal, posted at McDonald's. Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments? Petitions and posts? The DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
It's a brand new era for Campbell men's basketball, and it starts with a bang. 6 Power 5 games all over the country, including the West Coast. Check out the full schedule at gocamels.com.
So here's how it happened last. Campbell finally figured out a way to score thanks to the feet of Mike Chandler. And then Chandler, 2-point conversion. An easy dump off to the tight end. Makes it work here. And now Campbell still has a long way to go. Still a lot of time, Jay, but their defense is going to be asked to do what they were doing in the first quarter against this Catamounts team.
Yeah, giving themselves a chance coming back with a response. You get the 2-point conversion now. You know, possession by possession, the defense comes out and they're going to have to do their job, and I think they haven't created a turnover. This is a spot where it would be a great time to give the ball back to your offense.
First and 10. Dickens keeps looking, flat, caught, tire.
Dickens' pass is complete to number 16, James Tyre. Gain of 13 yards, ball is spotted at the Catamount 38-yard line, first down.
In motion. Handoff. No, he keeps. Had everyone fake there, including me. It's a 4-yard gain here, bringing up 2nd and 6.
They use misdirection in this offense. It just tries to slow down your eyes if you're a defender.
Gonna keep. Looking to throw. Pressure. Escaping. Tucking and running. And he'll dive down before the first down marker, and now a flag comes.
Personal foul, targeting, defense number 2. The previous play is under further review.
KJ Scott. They're going to want to call this targeting. And maybe the call was just to review?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he even made contact.
Yeah, it looks like he slipped over him.
Yeah, I mean, he launched in here, but again, there has to be contact, and I don't think that's going to result.
I would be surprised if this stands, Jay, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I don't think there is anything. At most, maybe a grazing. I mean, again, if there was contact there, but it looked like his helmet hit the back of his shoulder pad, potentially, if at all.
I mean, the number 1 criteria.
After you, there is no foul for targeting.
Yeah, and I figured that would be the case.
Quick response.
Yeah. Jim, when you look at it, you've got to be clear and convincing, obviously, for it to overturn, and I don't know how much clearer or more convincing you can get than that.
Yeah. A lot of evidence on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, big 3rd down.
For your Campbell defense.
End around, caught, beautiful play, ball's loose, Campbell picks it up. Here's the recovery on the fumble, now the return slipping through. Campbell needed a break, and they get it there. A huge defensive play. Aiden Whipple comes up huge.
And the defense is going to create their first big play, getting the turnover. Boy, this defense made it happen as Campbell's going to give the ball back to their offense. A pretty good field position to begin the drive.
Jay, that's huge. Campbell has to cash in here.
In order to come back here, you've got to have those turnovers and you have to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes.
Dancing around now, pushing forward. How did he get out?
Naheem Kearney on the carry.
Kearney found a way to escape the mass of humanity.
And I like how Campbell is still staying committed to the running game. Even though you're down, you've got to have balance.
Second and 1. They'll hand it off to him again. Kearney now flips down, and that'll be a first down for him.
Number 8, Naheem Kearney on the carry for the Camels. Gain of 1 yard on the play. Stop by number 9, Gary Anderson. That's another Fighting Camel. First down.
First and 10. Keeps. 6-killer. Looking deep. Incomplete. No flags. Hassan Sykes there with the breakup. That pass intended for Kennard.
Looking for the deep shot down the field.
Falls incomplete.
For Campbell's offense, I just like the rhythm that they're playing with here in the second half, Wendell. And in order to have the comeback here, I think you're going to have to hit some big plays over the top.
Keener can't haul that one in. 10 to go on the play clock. 6-killer. Gonna run, bouncing and escaping. Now 6-killer heading towards the sideline and gets a first down. This seems to be the recipe for success for Campbell right now. Get 6-killer out in open space and see if he can do it with his legs.
Yeah, 6-killer is making an impact, and just impressed with his ability to throw the ball as well as knowing when to run and doing damage to the defense with his legs.
First and 10. End around reverse. Deep in his own backfield, and Barry Tate goes deeper than you need to go.
Number 3, Barry Tate on the carry for the Camels.
Jalil Anderson sends this play backwards.
6 yards on the play. We'll bring up second down, 15. Campbell from the Catamount 44-yard line.
Second and 15. Outside a few yards, and that brings up a long third down.
And I think here, Lendl, you don't have to go for it all, but I think you've got to try to chip away at it here to potentially make it a fourth down situation where it's manageable. The secondary, they're going to play up close here. Looks like they're going to bring pressure.
The snap, pressure, escaping. 6-killer, the lob. Got to play. That's going to bring up fourth down. And I don't know if Camden 6-killer thought it might have been second down instead of third, but that's not what you want to do on third down.
And I know you want to continue this drive and be aggressive, but this is the right call to bring out the punting unit and try to pin Western Carolina back.
Bouncing, looping, inside the 10. Going to be a long drive here for Western Carolina, but knowing this Catamounts offense, Dave, they're just looking for some explosive plays down the field.
They've had confidence with their quarterback throwing the ball down the field. I think the number one message for them coming out here on offense is protecting the football. Turnover last drive, cannot allow Campbell easy opportunities. That's going to go for the interception or try to strip the ball and get back in the game.
Here's the push. Western looking to just run the ball right now.
And for their offense, they've been playing fast all game. And I think for them, probably wise to slow things down. And they're still, looks like, going to snap this ball quickly.
If they'll get it off, Dickens going to roll in motion. It's complete. No, it falls incomplete. And he is hurt. A big hit for Painter Richards. Baker on the out of bounds. Orlando Crump. That's not Painter. It's a big third down here, Jay.
Yeah, both teams. And for Campbell, recognizing the moment, trying to get off the field in Western Carolina. Yeah, you have the lead, but you do not want momentum to go the way of the Campbell sideline.
Third and 8. Dickens checking at the line. Checking again. Pressure. Dickens steps up. Dickens forced to make a bad throw. That's going to bring up fourth down.
That's a great job from Campbell, playing complementary football. The offense punts the ball, pins back Western Carolina. When the defense comes out on the field, not only do they force a punting situation, but not much time went off the clock. Western Carolina, that's where that up-tempo pace, incomplete passes, they want to shorten this game up, and Campbell's going to get it back here with 1:39 left right now with good field position.
The punt, spiraling. It's going to take a Catamount bounce. Back to the 30. And when Campbell thought they might have got a short field, they've got to go the length of it.
It was a line drive, but it turned out well because it didn't allow Campbell to catch it. And then with that hop, hopped all the way back down with a deep punt. And Campbell's going to have to begin this drive a little bit deeper than they wanted to.
Right now, Jay, in your honest assessment, this drive is really going to determine if Campbell really wants it. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, this drive here, in order to come back, every drive is at a premium. And your thought has to be, we're scoring a touchdown and we're doing it as quick as possible.
Chandler stepping up, throwing deep. It's caught to the 20-yard line. Wilcox. Splash play. Now Campbell on the doorstep of the red zone.
And here it is, Chandler. Play fake, has time to throw it. Here's the arm strength. Giving his guy a chance at it. What a completion from Giannis Wilcox.
Chandler thinking again. He's going to keep. Chandler breaking through. Gains about 2.
Number 1, Mike Chandler on the carry for the Camels.
Jamari Pierre-Louis with the tackle to push things out of bounds. Mike Chandler, though, Jay, bringing some new life in here right now for Campbell.
Yeah, he just amazes me with his talent and versatility to play all the different spots in the offense and what he provides with his production.
One thing that Campbell offensive coordinator Matt Kubik said about Mike Chandler is he's really embraced his role, and he is a guy that has done what is needed to make sure that the team is successful. To the fourth quarter we go. Campbell knocking on the door of the end zone, trying to put something in, but time is running out. Campbell's schedule doesn't get any easier. Next Campbell right now 1-1 in the CAA on the road versus Hampton in Hampton, Virginia. And then, of course, homecoming game versus New Hampshire. This one a dump off to Trevor Wilson. Will step out of bounds, and that'll be a first down, first and goal here, the 9-yard line.
Campbell's giving themselves a chance. And they've got to connect here for a touchdown. I just think these tight ends provide so much to this offense, and like how Six Killer is looking for Wilson and what they bring to this offense.
Camden Six Killer back in at quarterback here. Here's the snap. Six Killer looking. End zone. Incomplete. Pass intended for Mike Chandler.
Pass is intended for number 1, Mike
Hayward McQueen, who was all over Mike Chandler the second.
Second and goal, Campbell from the Catamount 9-yard line.
Second and goal. Chandler in motion. Here's the snap. Rolling. Chandler to the 5. Bounced out of bounds. And that's going to be third and goal from the 3. Kenmore Jr. with the push away.
Pass is complete to number 1, Mike
Chandler, 3 catches, 6 rushes, 3 passes. He's done it all.
Campbell from the Western Carolina.
For Campbell, big third and goal coming up.
Only 13 minutes left to go in this ball game. Six Killer. The snap. Pressure. working through, and Lawrence is not quick enough to get there. 4th and goal, and Campbell's going to take the points.
Yeah, 3-possession game. And I think on this situation, you've got to come away with more points on the scoreboard here. And of course, you want that touchdown, but you can make this a 35-21 deficit. You've got to take it.
The kick up, and it's through. Campbell reaches 21.
21-yard field goal is good. 13-12 to go in the fourth quarter.
(35-21). Western has only scored once in the second half so far. Campbell's defense has done a great job in the second half to allow its offense to have some chances. And Campbell is really going to wish that it scored on this last 2 drive. That makes this a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and for Campbell, you're giving yourself a shot here. It's just there's no room for error, and you've got to continue to make plays on both sides of the ball. And there is a cushion, though, for Western Carolina. If I'm coming out on offense, I'm going to go at much slower pace and try to shorten this game up. Last possession, too fast and not enough time going off the clock.
Laundry on the field. So Western with the penalty. Out of the backfield, turning upfield, breaking through tackles. Got everything back and more.
Dickens' pass is complete to number 1.
Boyd Jr.,
Patrick Boyd Jr.
who has been spectacular so far in this game, coming in as back number 1. Here's the catch on the bubble screen, and right into the defender, Brandon Guzman.
There's no gain on the play. We'll bring up second down 10, Catamount from their own 24-yard line.
Motion from Tyre. RPO, thinking, surveying, gonna keep. Now gonna run himself. Dickens with a shifty move. And down at the 42-yard line. Samaje Jackson, the ultimate tackle.
What a play from Dickens. He kept his eyes up as long as possible and kind of felt like he was going to take off, so he gave a little head nod and then cut up the middle to pick up the first down.
And Jay, there's a lot of time left, but you would have to think if Western scores here, it could feel like a dagger. Escaping again, Dickens. What a magician he is, finding a way to escape the pressure.
And that's his playmaking ability, because really Campbell doing the job up front and in coverage. He just eludes the rush. Watch 5, Dickens ducking, somehow getting through.
Here's another handoff. This one stuffed, possibly pushing forward, likely to get the first down. There is a helmet off on an O-lineman who's going to have to come out this game.
Play is stopped for number 51 of the defense whose helmet came off. Offense whose helmet came off. 51 of the offense.
Western 1st and 10 now in plus territory. Empty backfield. Tyre in motion. Looking. Bubble screen. Complete. Space. And he'll be tackled at the 43-yard line. Western starting to move with its velocity that it normally has, Jay, and it's really catching this Campbell defense in a blender.
They're playing with tempo again, and I think that is where this offense is at its best. And normally in situations like this, 2-score lead, you're going to go slow and try to eat up as much time as possible. But I just think for them, when they're going fast, that's when they're at their best. And if they can get a drive here, put more points on the board, they're worried about that instead of shortening the game.
Boyd Jr. on the carry. 2nd and 8. The handoff. Spinning and sent backwards. Boyd Jr. A big 3rd down here.
Stop by number 43, Logan. All right, Campbell Bears.
This is a bust for Campbell.
For your Campbell!
Well, one thing is we've seen Dickens use his legs to hurt the defense. You gotta keep him in the pocket, not allow him to get outside.
Here's the snap. It's loose. Campbell picks it up again. Big fella rumbling. And again, the Campbell defense gives its offense a chance. Ashton Miller. The big fella up front.
Return of 9 yards.
You can look at the score, Jay, and say that the defense, quote-unquote, played poorly, but it's given its team a chance here in the second half.
2 turnovers and the defense standing strong. And right now, you're down 14 with the ball, 9:19 left. This game is here for you because that defense is standing strong and creating that pressure and giving the ball back to the offense.
And of course, you know, you can take one of those touchdowns off the board, Jay, because that came the very first one. That makes this a different ball game, 21-28. Six-Killer, back to throw. Six-Killer thinking he's going deep. Incomplete. Samari Dukes and Kenmore Jr. were there. That pass intended for Giannis Wilcox,
Ball's incomplete. 2nd down, 10, Campbell.
who has the most yards of any Campbell receiver today. 64 yards thanks to that 50-yard pass. All of Campbell's TDs today have been on the ground. Six-Killer thinking, Six-Killer escaping. and immediately brought down by Jordan Thompson.
He's played so well today. He's been one of the defensive stars. Just how active he is, and whether it's been coming up in blitzes, run support, dropping pass and coverage, he is very versatile for Jerry Odom, the defensive coordinator.
And this is where Campbell gets in trouble offensively. Jay backed up behind its own sticks, a long third down when you need to convert here.
Obvious passing situation. Got to hold up front for your quarterback.
A 4 front here. Thinking. Pass through the hands. Campbell's coming off the field.
In this situation, you've got the 3 timeouts, down 2 scores. Of course, you want to be aggressive, but just with 4th and 17, you've got to punt it back and just trust your defense to get another stop or turnover again.
That's 3 back-to-backs. There are 2 back-to-back stops that this defense has put up. Eric Daniels and his defense has been asked to do a lot with this Catamounts team.
Bondage kick carries 37 yards, no return on the play. On the change of possession, ball is spotted at the Western Carolina 26-yard line. First down, Catamounts.
To this point, there's only one other team to hold Western under 40 points, and that's Elon. Shifting inside, back to the original line of scrimmage and gaining 2.
Number 20, Cameron Reed on the carry for Western Carolina.
Still looks like Western Carolina is going to go fast.
Second down, 8.
Off the Catamounts, I'm using this whole clock.
Dickens to the outside and brought down.
Now it sets up. Campbell's got a 3rd down coming up. Can you get off the field?
Chase Arlington there with the stop. 3rd and short here for this Catamounts offense.
They're going quick, no huddle. Get the stop. They'll get the ball back here quickly.
In motion. Stringer. Snap is coming. Pressure coming. Incomplete. Jay, you said Campbell's going to ask his defense to get another stop. 3 back-to-back in succession. This defense is playing to the task here in the second half.
Yeah, they're giving themselves a chance and coming up strong. And, the first half, there were some big plays they're giving up and some corrections they'll have to go back and fix, but they made those adjustments in the second half, and they played much better and slowed down this offense.
Back up against the clock here. Tate with the catch. Now Tate angling. Gonna find a seam. Tate looking towards, fighting forward and down at the 40-yard line.
Number 3, Barry Tate on the
Now
return
this
for the
seems
Camels.
to be no man's land for this Campbell offense in between both 40s.
Return of 24 yards. On the change of possession, ball is spotted at the Campbell 38-yard line. First down, Camels.
Mike Chandler coming back into the ball game here. Now he's going to line up at wide receiver. We'll see how Six Skiller uses him out wide down at the bottom of the screen in the slot.
He's in motion. They'll hand it off to him on the reverse, and he slips back down behind his block.
Number 1, Mike Chandler on the carry for the Camels. Gain of 1 yard. We'll bring up second down 9, Campbell, from their own 39-yard line.
Empty backfield. Thinking, pressure, leaving, Incomplete.
All right, here it's 3rd and long coming up. Again, the goal, pick it up, but I just think you have to make sure you get something here for the possible 4th down conversion. This defense for Western Carolina is going to try to keep everything in front.
3rd and 9. Six killer. Sideline. There's a flag.
There's a flag on the play.
You can hear the sideline calling for a face mask and a possible PI.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 21. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
The penalties really adding up here for Western Carolina. This is a critical one as the drive continues 15 yards and now 8 for the Catamounts on the day.
Campbell trying to take advantage. Incomplete. And Barker Jones can't haul it in.
Killer's pass is intended for number 15. Parker Jones falls incomplete. 2nd down, 10, Campbell. From the Catamount 46-yard line.
Let's see how the defense tries to bring pressure, if they're going to bring the blitz or different stunts up front. Only 3 down linemen.
They're going to hand it off to Lawrence. Lawrence finding a seam. Lawrence bouncing outside. Lawrence to the 20-yard line. Samari Dukes comes in. But Ethan Lawrence does the legwork here, putting Campbell in the red zone.
Like how Matt Kubik, the offensive coordinator, still mixing in the run, and there everyone crowding the line of scrimmage, and Lawrence getting behind it, winning with speed on the big gain.
Lawrence wanted to take that one to the house, Jay, you could tell, but that's a big spark play that you need right now with the way that this game is going.
It is. I mean, those big gains, the runs, plus the penalties have really helped out the Campbell offense.
Thank you.
Time paused for a timeout.
Hey, Campbell is hung in there, Lendl. And obviously, you're going to have to continue these drives and execute. But they've given themselves a chance because of the turnovers, 2 in the second half. The defense created their stops, some penalties from Western Carolina. Their offense starting to get more of a flow.
Moving. Chandler keeps. There's going to be a flag, and it's going to come back.
Number 1, Mike Chandler on the carry for the Camels. There's a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Jack O'Connor. Campbell's left guard.
It is on the backside, just trying to hold up for Chandler. And we're playing much cleaner here in the second half.
Campbell running out of time. They need to score, and they need to score now. They're going to give it to Lawrence again. Lawrence trying to fight forward. Jordan Thompson. There with the stop.
Gain of 2 yards. Jordan Thompson on the stop for the Catamounts.
Thinking. 6 killer. What a catch! heading towards the end zone. Touchdown, Campbell.
Killer's pass is complete to number 84, A.D.
Keener gets into the end zone and a much-needed touchdown for Campbell.
Touchdown!
What a throw, an excellent catch and box out from Keener to now make this a one-score game.
6 plays, 62 yards, point after, good. Jake, what is unseen here about this drive is Campbell's defense got a much-needed break to get some fresh air.
The defense has stepped up to complement the offense, giving them the ball in good field position and giving them a chance, and Killer, Chandler, the rest of this group making plays, and Keener, the young freshman, that was a tough one. You gotta get inside of the defender. Broke free, created that separation, then the yards after the catch, breaking loose for the touchdown. And Campbell still with those 3 timeouts, a whole new ball game. The pressure on Western Carolina.
Jay, you want to ask for a chance in a game like this, and Campbell's defense has given them a chance.
They have. I mean, the adjustments they made from the first half to second half, night and day difference. And it's the Campbell team that just kind of hung in there, kept chopping wood. Now you look up and you're right here. Which team is going to execute closing out the game to win it? I mean, it's going to come down to, hey, listen, can we pick up first downs if you're Western Carolina, which it's been tough to come by here in the second half.
Western only 23 first downs today. They have been atrocious on third down. 2 of 10 in third down conversions here. They're going to start on the 20. Check that, the 25. Empty backfield. Pressure! Dumps off across the middle, taken down and blown up. Keelan Villanueva. That's James Tyre with the completion in a first down.
That's the danger of bringing pressure. If Dickens gets away, it opens up the middle of the field.
Gonna hand it off, end around reverse. Tyre looking to throw. Wide open. Now racing towards the end zone. Trying to fight it. It's a touchdown, Catamounts. Western Carolina trying to shut the door just when Campbell thought they could come back.
What a job with the misdirection in the play call to get the defense to flow to one side, and then the throw to Painter Richards Baker with the huge touchdown.
This one goes through. I mean, look at it. Jay, you can say what you want about the defense, but this is just a great play draw.
Yeah, I mean, the design and also recognizing how aggressive the defense has to be. They're going to flow when the ball initially goes over to the left side, then it comes back on the reverse, and then the eyes of the secondary comes up to try to have run support, and that's what allowed Painter Richards Baker to kind of sneak in behind them, hide. And then once he caught that pass, he just showed off his speed. He's a big kid, 6'2", 185. From Hillsborough, North Carolina, right down the street. He took off like a sprinter getting into the end zone.
Western back in control here. Still 4 minutes on the clock, plus the 2-minute timeout. To start from the 25. So another special teams penalty. That's going to put the ball in a favorable position on the 35-yard line here for Campbell. Can they recreate the magic of the last drive? But Jay, in all honesty, you really want this to be a splash play kind of drive so you can avoid running the clock down.
You've got to go quickly, and you've got to go with big chunks.
Like here. And it's almost intercepted. Kenmore Jr. couldn't hold on.
That's nice work from Giannis Wilcox to turn into a defensive back and try to knock that ball loose.
Second down 10, Campbell from their own 35-yard line.
Campbell trying to push the ball down the field, lots of time. Second and 10. Chandler in motion. They'll hand it to him, and he's cut down in the backfield. Hassan Sykes.
Campbell's got to hurry back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to make sure they rush and play up-tempo, as now they're starting to move quickly. This is 4 downs. No more room for error. You've got 2 downs to pick up this first down.
Throwing deep. Nobody home. Jamari Pierre-Louis could have came over, and if he would have made the extra effort at a diving interception. That's going to get this offense off the field. No, they're going to stay. And Jay, I don't really think at this point they have a choice.
Yeah, you've got to go for it here. There's contact in the secondary on the last play. But here, you've got to pick this first down up.
From the shotgun. Thinking, throwing, complete! A 4th down conversion. What a play from Giannis Wilcox. Again, Wilcox shows up when you need him the most.
Yeah, this might have been Six Killer's best throw of the day. Looks over towards the left, comes back to the right. Giannis Wilcox leans over and catches that ball.
Here's the snap. Hand off. Wilcox again dancing with the line and goes out of bounds at the 15. That's going to shift it for a First Citizens first down for Campbell.
Campbell hanging in there. They had to have it. They get the big conversion, and now they're hanging in with the ball on the 15-yard line.
Check that. It's 2nd and 1. Complete. Now it's a First Citizens first down for Campbell. Giannis Wilcox again.
Six Killer's pass is complete to number 16, Giannis Wilcox. Gain of 5 yards on the play. That's another Fighting Camel first down.
I want to get it off. Lawrence bouncing outside, trying to push him over. And how quickly can Campbell regroup here?
For Campbell, if you can score a touchdown before the 2-minute timeout, still have all 3. Thinking ahead here, number 1, you've got to score the touchdown, but I think ideally you want to score immediately on this play.
Trying to see if they can get it off. Going to the pass. Six Killer into the end zone. Does it with his legs. Campbell back within striking distance here.
Touchdown!
And in Six Killer. Not having the best day with his arm, but using his legs, and that's really, really what matters, Jay.
He's done a good job, and this is a quarterback designed play, and he does the rest. Let the offensive line clear out a path, and Campbell executing that 4th down conversion and then finalizing that drive on the ground.
Here's the boot down the middle. It's a 1-point game again.
Here it is, 6 killer. Looks, turns his hips, then comes right back to the middle. Easy trot. He's thrown for over 200 yards today. He's had some big pickups on the ground. He's averaged over 5 yards per carry, 53 on 10 attempts. And now the question will be, onside kick, or do you go ahead and kick it away with your timeouts?
You would think with the way that the defense has played, you give them a chance at least.
I think you've got that 2-minute timeout there, and you're going to have an opportunity with your defense and how they made adjustments here in the second half. If you get a 3 and out, your offense will get the ball back.
Western expecting the onside kick here. This will be a good time to find your best kick to pin it inside the 1. No, Campbell's going for the onside. Bouncing up through the legs, and it's caught.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 10 seconds. 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
And that's the risk, Jay, of taking that onside kick there, is now you give Western a short
Thank you.
field.
And for Campbell now, yeah, I mean, you've got still a chance here with your timeouts. It's just you cannot allow a 1st down. So regardless if they're pinned back or here, your defense not getting the ball back on the onside kick, your defense is going to have to come out and get a stop. It's just the field position here is going to be in favor of the Catamounts.
Western has a chance to close this game out on this drive. The snap, expected handoff. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. No, Braxton Harris is going to use his timeout now. "30-second timeout, and again, whether you use them on the front half or the back half, you still have that 2-minute buffer. It essentially becomes coach's preference at that point.
Yep. And for Campbell, you're expecting run. And you would think Western Carolina is going to keep the ball on the ground and force Campbell to use up that 2-minute timeout. But this is an offense that tries to keep you on your heels, and you have to have the pass in your mind that they could try to slip something in behind you with everybody loading the line of scrimmage.
A big 2nd and 7 here. In motion. Dickens thinking, pressure coming, collecting, gotta move, spinning off a tackle and moving forward. And another timeout gonna come from Braxton Harris's crew. With 3rd and medium here. No, they'll take it to the 2-minute timeout. There was enough on that clock to do it, so we'll take the break too. Big 3rd down coming up after this.
It's all about the deal at Campbell Ford of Lillington. That's why we're lowering all our prices. Don't miss these huge savings across our massive inventory of new and used vehicles. We make it easy to buy used with confidence. Always backed by our VIP protection plan, a 3-month, 3,000-mile no-cost premium warranty. Plus, we do extensive reconditioning for all our pre-owned vehicles. At Capital Ford of Wellington, we're all about the deal. The lowest price, the lowest payment, the lowest interest rate, and the most for your trade. Visit us today or shop online at capitalfordoflillington.com.
Hello, I'm home.
There he is.
What is happening?
Relax. We won. They brought back the snack wrap. Spicy or ranch?
Spicy.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Just one little bite. Can you stop? Oh, sorry.
Gather your crew. Snack Wrap is back.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you?
We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler. That was for us. There's no lifeguard. Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. Pepsi. I'm not needed here.
That really is a perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
So Campbell and Western, it's going to come down to a one-possession game here. The second all-time meeting between the two. The last time these two played was in Cullowhee. So 3 and 5, or 3rd and 5. This could determine the game. Campbell going to bring pressure. Throwing. It's complete. Is it enough? It doesn't look like it. Down lineman says he's short. Know the line to gain. And you know the Catamounts will go for it.
Second charge timeout. Campbell. 30 seconds in length.
This is a big 4th down now.
This is the ball game.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how Western Carolina comes out here in attacks.
Western has gone
this is
forward.
A long one.
Yeah, Western has gone for it on 1 4th down already. They did not convert that one. For all our linear partners, if you want to join us for the post game, you can find that on FloCollege. Jay and I will break down what has been an insane second half storm by Campbell. Whatever the end result is of this one. You can find that on FloCollege.com.
Campbell's defense has to watch the hard count from Dickens.
Campbell wants to bring pressure. Watching the motion. And that's it to the flat. James Tyre. The expected route for the trusted receiver.
And Western Carolina going through the air to pick up the 1st down on that possession. They showed pass 3 times, so instead of keeping it on the ground and just forcing Campbell to use the clock, they went aggressive, tried to go through the air, and it results in a 1st down. And what a job with that design, being Tyre out into the flat.
And it seems like this is the dagger. One more play. Outside Tyre. And he's inside the 10. Do the Catamounts want to run up the score here would be the real question. Campbell will use his last timeout. What do you do, Jay? Do you take the knee?
I take knees and finish the game.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed win if you take the knee. If you put it in the air on the ground, anything other than a knee, you're going to give Campbell an opportunity to try to make a play. So I'm taking a knee and finishing off the game.
It's 1st and goal. And Western. 1 victory formation, maybe 2, away from its 2nd win of this season. It's got 8 straight conference games coming up in the SoCon. Preseason pick number 3. And Kerwin Bell with all of his years of experience. Gonna do the football IQ thing and seal for the win. It was a game where Campbell's defense gave itself a chance, Jay. It's just heartbreaking for this Campbell team not to be able to convert on those few opportunities that were given late into the second half.
Campbell caved themselves a chance because of that excellent play in the third quarter from the defense, creating those turnovers and the offense getting it going. It was just the explosion from Western Carolina in that first half that really gave them the cushion, and then the final execution here in the last couple minutes, specifically this drive, the offense going against grain through the air. They picked up the first down to finish off this game. But this is a big win for the Catamounts, 2 in a row. And for them, coming in on the road, Dickens having another big day, over 500 yards passing last week. Here, 427 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, he protected the ball. Combined 10 touchdowns for Dickens in the last 2 games. He made his way back, and the Catamounts will even things out in the all-time series, 1-1.
It's all about the deal at Capital Ford of Lillington. That's why we're lowering all our prices. Don't miss these huge savings across our massive inventory of new and used vehicles. We make it easy to buy used with confidence. Always backed by our VIP protection plan, a 3-month, 3,000-mile no-cost premium warranty. Plus, we do extensive reconditioning for all our pre-owned vehicles. At Capital Ford of Lillington, we're all about the deal. The lowest price, the lowest payment, the lowest interest rate, and the most for your trade. Visit us today or shop online at capitalfordoflillington.com.
Hello, home.
There he is.
What is happening?
Relax. We won. They brought back the snack wrap. Spicy or ranch?
Spicy.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Just one little bite.
Can you stop?
Oh, sorry.
Gather your crew. Snack Wrap is back.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Who are you?
We get inside, find the cooler, fill it with Pepsi.
Isn't that breaking and entering?
No, it's just entering.
I'm not seeing a cooler. That was for us. There's no lifeguard. Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. Pepsi. I'm not needed here.
It really is a perfect combo. Are your friends in the blue Pepsi truck coming over too?
Abort! I'm not sorry for bringing flavor!
This is the Birdies post-game report. Birdies, the official convenience store of Campbell Athletics at 2 locations right by Campbell's campus, including just across the street from Gore Arena. With my guy, the former East Carolina tight end, Jay Sugholter, I'm Wendell Suggs. What a game it came down to. Campbell really gave itself a chance in that back half of that one, Jay.
Yeah, first half lopsided in the favor of Western Carolina, and that surge from Campbell in the second half. They were almost able to complete it and come all the way back. Credit the Catamounts, though, finding a way, especially on offense there at the end and withstanding that flurry from Campbell. Their offense got it going, the defense coming up with turnovers, but what play from the quarterback position. Six Hiller coming on strong, and Dickens was outstanding, 427 yards.
Yeah, Dickens is our Pizza Provisions player of the game, brought to you by Pizza Provisions, the official pizza of Campbell Athletics. What a game. He had 427 yards through the air, and to include 4 touchdowns, that brings it 10 total touchdowns in the last 2 games combined.
Yeah, he's really come into the lineup and just exploded, and reason he was a preseason SoCon player of the year. His talent is evident. I thought through the air, had a huge day. Also, his legs were a big part of his game today, extending plays, throwing the ball down the field, and also picking up yards on the ground, rushing, and just so difficult to bring down. Campbell's defense tried to corral him in the pocket, but he's difficult to defend, especially with these wide receivers, the talented group out wide.
Yeah, 427 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a completion percentage of 65. What a game for him. He was spectacular through the end of it. Campbell's defense is going to walk away just a little bit happy with the second half performance. Campbell offense is going to figure out how to retool without Randall King. For Jason Holter and our entire crew, Emma and Paula, by the way, who kept us straight up here in the booth, and our entire crew in the trailer, we're saying so long from Bowie's Creek. The Catamounts equal things out at 1 in the all-time series.